off a bit, Rob, what you were talking about earlier with the drafts and how Fnatic's been playing. Just giving kind of clear win conditions for both teams here. I think for Fnatic, it's really obvious they need to kind of win this early game. They want Razork ahead, and they want to utilize Poby to move around the map. And then when it comes to the side lanes later on, we've been seeing them maneuver really well around getting push in one side and then transitioning that pressure to the other side. So they need to continue to do that and really utilize this TFO to get picks. Because Casey's win condition is just relax. Scale until 2 to 3 items, group up as 5, and then losing a 5v5 will be near impossible.
Oscar and Kana will meet up towards the top side. Kana taking the leap strike first here just to follow up onto Oscar. We'll get him chunked down. A little bit reminiscent of game 1 as KC tried to put their heads in towards the Fnatic jungle. And Fnatic will just have Razork starting on those Razor Beaks.
And this counter pick up in the top lane, it's a nice matchup for the Gragas, but it's not really up until you get that Lost Chapter, you get some cooldown reduction that you can actually start to poke out this Jax, as he just is an 80 champion. He does more damage to minions and more damage to you in the early levels, so he's going to get that push, but we got some fighting off in the bot side.
Yeah, Mickey and Targamas falling down low. Mickey on the wrong end of that one as he's down to about 300 HP. Already has to pop one of those potions. Targamas will do the same, with the Oracles will sweep out any vision that Fnatic could have had there. And again, Kalista and Targamas getting the early prio in this lane.
Especially with the fact that Mickey had to give up the Bush. There's the level 2, hits on towards him, but Kalista already back in the minion wave, so Targamas just going to take some damage back because the cowbell, no Alistair in this one, so quite yet. Oh, sorry, was on earlier in the series, but still good to hear it.
Yeah, unfortunately, we will not be hearing it in game.
I don't often see supports these days actually doing the cowbell.
I feel like people don't play the skin anymore.
That's true, yeah. I wonder if there's some skin that has slightly better animations or something for you. I often see that happen as Vladdy's getting the push here in mid again on his Victor. Kalista and Targamas able to push Upset and Mickey back, but they should be able to get, I mean, they're going to be about 3 CS down after this wave that finishes under the tower.
And for me, I feel like Vladdy's Victor is iconic with it, really. I remember at first stand, Victor was nearly permabanned throughout the whole tournament against them, and it just felt like the one pick that Casey always had that Vladdy could really do magic on. But then when you come into a series like this, he's already lost on the Orianna, very similar champ to the Victor. I'd love to see him perform better in this game, but right now, my hopes are pretty low.
He has got about a 71% win rate on it across the course of the year. His most played alongside that is Azir, 15 games, so very comfortable on the champion. If they can scale, which the composition definitely allows them to do, and get a big lead here as Razork's going to go intangible. Targamas are looking for that CC route. Mickey diving in though, when they dive onto Kalista, who has to flash away. The ricochet will start to shred through.
Yeah, we still don't have damage though.
Mickey's on the wrong side of this wall and doesn't
Unfortunately, we still don't have damage.
KC should claim first blood. Mickey's going to chase up Kalista. Meanwhile, Razork trying to dive in onto Yike. Jumps across into Targamas as well, but he's got no mid laner here. With Vladdy moving across from mid, Razork has to flash the wall.
So Razork ends up moving into position to smite away the Scuttle Crab, so at least gets something as he has to burn his flash, but Mickey walking into the pit ends up giving that kill across, so KC ends up burning a lot of summoner spells for a kill early for Kalista.
And Fnatic just didn't have the damage. They were the ones who got to pull the trigger onto Kalista, but with him flashing away, with the barrier, with the spell shield, they weren't able to bring him down, and then after that, they pretty much just got ran down. Now, I'm not the jungle main, so I'm not sure if Razork going back in to blow his flash to get Crab was worth, but he got now the top Crab as well. He's coming into the Raptor respawn. I mean, it's not looking too bad for him CS-wise.
I love this for Mickey. We've seen him do it quite a few times. Kana going in there, Counter-Strike out. Does still have the
Oscar
flash.
has no mana.
Oscar has no mana, so yeah, I mean, it's a good gank timing. We'll force Kana back a little bit, and the wave's not in the best of spots for that Jax. So Mickey can just run around here again.
I mean, he has no Counter-Strike on the Jax, but
he can just stand nearby. Ooh, a pause, okay. Okay.
It's like there's a bug. Why is there support in my lane?
Why is this red there? What's going on? So we'll work out exactly what is happening with that pause.
Even though Mickey doesn't get the kill, I think it's still really nice. Like, so he's given Oscar the opportunity to freeze here, and Kana will probably just reset and TP back in, but buying that reset time across Grinnin, plus you have Razork now on the side.
I have no doubt that my boys are going to pull it off.
Needs to reset, but it does mean that you can see where Yike is on the map. At least you've still got cover for Oscar Grinnin when he's low on mana, low on HP, and the enemy jungler's in the air.
Very true. And you have Yike on his signature Maokai. He is close by, 30 and 5 on this pick across the course of his career, which is pretty damn impressive, you've got to be honest, as We'll see how much of an impact he can have on this game. We talked a little bit about, is it worth it to get the Scuttle Crab on the Neferi? If I'm a Neferi, you just want to get as much gold as possible in the early game, right? Get yourself to a position where the Hound's Pursuit is actually a good kill threat, because one of the issues is if you are the first person burning anything out of this Sivir, she's just going to spell shield you as soon as you come in. And then Darking Daggers will get you a little bit of follow-up, kind of trying to get some of this XP, as Mickey will continue to force him away. He does have, Kana does, his jungle.
Oh fuck, I fucked up the fucking message on Discord. God damn it.
I think now Mickey will realize, okay, yeah, we might just have to back off a little bit.
Yeah, and I really want to touch upon what you said about Yikes Maokai. It feels like KC have really brought out their best of their best in every single role. And if they lose this game, they can do so saying that, you know, they gave everything they had and it just wasn't enough.
Yep. Very much agree with that. You got to throw the Hail Mary, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, especially when you're losing the way you're losing so far as KC in the series, you just go comfort. It's like, we'll just play the things we know we can play. Composition works. We have scaling. We're okay. Let's just make sure that we go out with as big of a bang as we can have. And if we lose this one, well, we tried. You know, that happens.
But I think they're off to a great start here.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you got the early skirmish, burnt a bunch of summoner spells, and got an early kill onto Kalist means the early resets are better. He's able to get pushed in his bottom lane better. Like, it kind of just stifles a lot of what Fnatic were hoping to achieve in these early stages. So for KC, I think you're just very chuffed with the fact that you managed to get this early lead.
Razork looking for a little bit of an invade. Totally agree with you there, Dagda. I think KC will be happy with how things have gone, especially getting the kill over onto Kalist on this Sivir. If he can scale up quickly, it is very hard for Fnatic to actually get on top of him that easily. You've got Nature's Grasp, you've got a Counter-Strike, you've got the Spell Shield, you've got a Nautilus. Like, yes, you can dive in, but that's tricky. As Targamas going to get knocked up here. Does have the flash, upset Valkyrie forward. Dredgeline away from Targa. Razork hits Dark Daggers, but only onto Kalist.
Fortunately, it didn't end with a kill.
Yeah, and also in that mid lane, you can see Vladdy taking a very good trade against Poby. So I think trying to
I'm
make
just
sure that
trying to check out stuff
I think that's
I'm
where
going.
Fnatic are going to try and look for this reset. As Poby going to go try and go back to base,
fine.
and then could potentially ult in towards a dragon or maybe.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you guys are seeing black screens every now and again.
Razork now
This
with
be
that
kind of
level
shitty,
6,
I understand.
Pretty substantial lead onto Yike. Was kind of the biggest winner for Fnatic out of that bot side skirmish, as he's now looking to go for the top crab as well. And I think for me the two good things that are
I'll have both
in
my
Fnatic's
chats open up
here
at the
is
same time,
the
so
fact
I
that
can
Poby
actually
survived the first few levels
check
of the
everything.
TF, can be quite a struggle
So
into
that
this
should be
Victor,
fine.
and has now gotten that level 6.
I hope that my
some
mic is
impact on the
working
map. And
as
the fact
well.
that this Neferi,
Hopefully.
which is a
Yeah,
real
it
win
is.
con,
Okay.
is able to propel herself and actually get that CS lead that she really requires.
Yeah, that's the thing for them. They're putting a lot of weight on Razork's shoulders with this early game, but he has been known to carry it across the years. We'll see it as well. There is a risk that Fnatic fall into their own ways a little bit. There's a lot of dive.
Yeah.
Like the Neferi wants to go ham, wants to dive in towards that backline, and there's always the risk that Razork's the only one going forward. You kind of want to split the fight with an explosive cask and then pick people off one by one rather than having a full 5v5 front to back.
I don't really like our draft, to be completely fair with you. However, there's still potential. And if we win this game, it's 3-0, which means GG.
Will pop the Grandmaster's Might and leap strike to a minion. Dodges to the side of the explosive cast with that flash. He'll survive.
And is this not a different Fnatic we're seeing? It's Mickey consistently going top and pressuring Kana. This feels unheard of, the Fnatic that I was watching a few weeks ago. All they knew was bot, but this Fnatic is playing the map and they're playing it comprehensively.
And putting pressure into Oscar and as Razork was able to take 2 of the Hound's Pursuit. He flashes. Oh, the Destiny!
Hell yeah. He's dead. Well done, Razork. Well done. Okay, Targamas is definitely dead. I mean, he's 1v3, dude. Mickey's just tanking from the tower. Simple as that. Well done. Well done.
Sure, they'll get the dragon, but the kills on the top laner and the support are massive for Fnatic Snowball.
And it's Razork that picks up both kills here and the third grub. He's building such
Razork will be on quite the advantage now.
Putting himself in such a fantastic position to carry, and he's shown us throughout this series he can.
I mean, he already bought Spear of Shojin, bro. Like, come on.
He goes too deep and just dies. He's locked in.
And Jack, you said at the start
They're
of the
gonna
day,
win this shit.
Poby
They're
has
motivated
only
now.
really been pressing
Poby
forward.
definitely
That's
changed
four.
their game for sure. Like, I see why they changed Humanoid. Like, at first I didn't want to believe that they actually changed Humanoid for Poby. But then again, if you look at this and what is going on right now, you would understand why. Because Fnatic are actually doing something for once in their lifetime. Hell yeah, dude. Hell fucking yeah. I'm happy about my boys.
The question is, will we see a fight around the next? Still 5 minutes away for the Rift Herald and 4 minutes for the Drake. So we have a few moments to relax and wonder if Fnatic are going to make the 30.
Hell yeah. Nice. That was amazing. Well done. Well done from Oscar. The first game was insane. On the Ambessa, 7-0. 7-0 on Ambessa, first game for Oscar. What can I say? Oscar is definitely the European Zeus. Or Zeus, if I can pronounce his name right, because I really am a T1 fan as well. Well, mostly T1 fan, but here in EU, keeping in mind that I am from EU myself, I just gotta support Fnatic, dude. I mean, Hylissang was in Fnatic for such a long ass time, and I am Bulgarian just like Hylissang is, so gotta support Fnatic, you know how it is. Not to mention the CS branch of Fnatic, where they had Olafmeister, who moved to FaZe, and FaZe are my currently most favorite team in CS. So okay. Well, to be fair, FaZe has been my favorite team in CS for a very long time, so yeah. Okay, that was a trade. Was it a 2-for-1? Yeah, unfortunately it was shit. Shit. Unfortunately it was a 2-for-1. Oscar? Yeah, he's alive. Oscar is definitely alive. Okay, but the items are there for Casey, kinda. I mean, they already got Leandris and everything, so what can I say? Oscar can still win this, though. Oscar can still win this. I don't even doubt him. But just not 1v2. And the Greek is there as well.
So much time here to push out top as we watch this replay. I really want to focus on the Upset Kalist 1v1 that I think determined so much of this outcome. As you see here, Upset starts the fight with Kalist, but he loses quite hard. He W's in and he gets really chunked, has to back out, which then means that now Kalist
they just don't have damage. If Fnatic are actually able to crawl out of this hole that they've gotten themselves into with that draft, I have no doubt that Fnatic is going to win this. Even though statistically, Fnatic are leading, if we don't count the Sivir. But Casey do have more damage, I admit that. Currently, Casey has more damage, especially in team fights. So yeah, that ain't gonna be easy. 2 and 1 grubs, and I kinda doubt that there's gonna be... No, actually, those are the flowers. The grubs are 3-0. My bad. My bad. I'm kinda sad that they removed the auto respawn when you play for Arakan for whoever team gets the Arakan. But the thing is, it was Omega OP, so I see why Riot removed it. To be completely fair with you.
Unless Razork has other ideas.
Razork's looking, but Targamas and Kalista waiting for him. They saw him walk through mid lane, so They have perfect awareness of where Razork is. Dredge line in from Targamas. Call of the pack used by Razork just to jump away from it. Wasn't going to connect anyway. KC still on the Drake. Should be able to get this one as Fnatic still eye for a fight.
Yeah, Fnatic can't win the fight if they decide to fight there. So the only way to get the Drake was for Nafiri to actually smite it. But Nafiri wasn't even close to the Drake, so unfortunately it said GG.
As KC have kind of been struggling to
for that Drake.
Dragon in mid lane. I can't quite see, but I mean it should be low.
They do have vision though.
On it, so
that's the
not
most
quite
interesting
going down,
thing.
but at least Fnatic are still getting access to the points in the map.
Yeah, I think overall as KC you're very happy with that, but as you say, Rob, I'm very happy seeing Fnatic both be.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rough game for Polby, not gonna lie, especially with that poking Victor.
Looks like he's in a lot of trouble here.
He has to run away.
I mean,
really well,
Vladimir is known for his Victor, so what can I say? I would guess that his name is Vladimir, because why the fuck else would you be called Vladdy?
Bottom side though, Polby left alone underneath the structure.
Arcane Storm coming out, Yike.
He's so tanky.
Grasp. He is incredibly tanky with that Rod of Ages already complete. Vladdy
Still
stands for him. Riftheld secured for Fnatic as Mickey doesn't quite hit the Shadowing Strike.
And I think this sequence really highlights why we've been so happy with Fnatic today. They lose the Drake, but immediately they're with the counterpunch up in top. Mickey recalls fast to protect the bot play, and they're able to get both a top tower and a Herald after they were the ones who lost out on the Dragon. It just feels like they're always one step ahead of K-Corp.
Carmen Corp.
It really does.
Bloody.
There is something just about Fnatic. There's a mojo.
Vladimiros Kurtidis, which would make sense, honestly. This is Vladimiros, typical Greek name. A Bulgarian name with an os at the end, so... Okay, fine. I wouldn't be surprised if it has... what is our word for it? Bulgarian roots in his family. Or perhaps they just like the name and decided to Greekify it. But, oh well, what can you do about it?
Targum is stunned up, tried to flash away. The TP cancelled up towards the top side as Oscar was caught out by
that's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard. Oscar is dead. Jax has too much damage. But Vladimiros is dead. Simple as that.
And it's Fnatic that are winning out in this trade as they get the bot tower and they're going to get the tier 2.
Okay.
And Kana might be able to pick up this top tower, but it's Fnatic that are constantly ahead in tempo.
Trade
and, even
and a turret,
here,
which is nice.
Does he? Okay,
and Kana TP'd, so he doesn't get the top tower, but he does have a flank on the bot.
They're gonna try to flank him. That ain't gonna be easy though. It ain't gonna be easy. They gotta escape. But Polby's dead.
Exhaust down onto Kana. Razork needs to run away, but he's got so many tools to do so. Eviscerates across the wall. Vladdy's still on the
They gotta run. They gotta run. They can't afford to fight there. They gotta run.
To gallop his way back to the turret.
Otherwise, they're gonna die.
Get one kill, but
okay.
I have to question, was that even worth it?
The trade was decent, and they also got Polby.
You don't get the top tower now. It feels
that is
like
unfortunate.
KC are the team that the only thing they know how to do is group and kill
like
people.
The only people with kills are the Maokai and the Sivir. The Victor is still 0-1, so that's kind of questionable. When if that champion is actually getting the kills, then okay, sure. He can carry you the game, but he's kind of down on lane, not gonna lie. He's a little bit over on CS, but that's as far as it goes.
They can somehow put Fnatic on a position where they have to fight every dragon. They can scale.
Yeah.
They can also just slow down the game.
I mean, look at the Corki, bro. The Corki already has. God damn it. The Corki already has a Trinity Force. They stand no chance when the Corki gets 2 kills. That's all he needs. Just give the Corki 2 more kills and it's GG.
It's really hard for Fnatic to actually team fight 5v5. So KC can go
Brother.
back to the method. Like,
They
you can see
2v4,
Fnatic
they have
the
no
TF on
chance.
top,
They
they
have
the
to
Gragas
stack
on top.
together
They're going to push out
if they
the
actually want to
sides.
deal
I
any
think
kind of
KC
damage to
maybe grouped here
Casey
a little bit too
right now.
early, as now they're going to be forced to send Kana up top. Someone's going to have to catch this bot side, and then Fnatic can just now leverage those numbers advantage to get to maybe Drake.
Well, Poby might be collapsed on Destinies immediately.
But Vladdy has to choose between picking the wave here or not. And it just, you see this constant pressure and tension on Fnatic that's making it so difficult for KC to play.
They've already stuck around the
Now
Drake.
wave's been dealt with by Vladdy.
So
Can
maybe this is a Drake for Fnatic, and then a fight.
Fnatic look to just steal the Dragon
for
run.
it. Targamas goes in with the Hex Flash. Nature's Grasp coming
No,
out.
the Drake is
Dodge that. Meanwhile,
for
Mickey caught out. He'll touch
FNC,
down back into the
but...
pit. Oscar in on the wrong side of this fight, but he's so tanky for now.
Oh,
Dives in with the counter-strike finds
that
Mickey.
hurt.
Oscar in already dead. A good stun card from Poby.
That
Judge
hurt.
will follow him down. 2 already. 4K.
The smite didn't kill the Drake, the hit killed the Drake. And that's not something that I'm a fan of, personally. But oh well, it is what it is, I guess.
That they needed, as yes, you're right, Medic. Yike got the dragon. He's quite good at getting those, and they just found what works for them. They have this.
The thing is, the Maokai went in, he smited the Drake. The Drake was left on very, very little HP, and so he just hit it once. I'm just surprised that there was nobody from Fnatic who actually managed to hit the Drake after the Maokai smited the Drake. Oh well, it is what it is.
So incredibly close. You can see they're just doing everything they can. Mickey putting bodies in the way so they can finish this off. But in the
Notice
end, it's actually
the Maokai smite leaves the Drake on 11 HP and then hits him, so he can take him.
Focus them off one by one, and as that speed up is coming through, you can see KC thinking maybe they can have it, but those daggers from Razor have them second guessing.
A goal lead shrinks to only 1,000. Oh, Mickey.
Unfortunately, yeah.
If I've ever seen it, Vladdy trying to
Oh, this fate has Lich Bane. Okay, he has 2 items and boots.
Okay, perhaps I can't do too much more. Goes in with the Magnet Storm still.
That's gonna be hard to win there. The Maokai has a little bit too much CC.
Mickey went for the engage. No real follow-up from his team.
Yeah, but Mickey's dead here.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Kalist was chunked out, but he survived. A one-for-nil exchange so far. Razzle chasing Yike down, upset, having to Valkyrie forward, but immediately concussive blows coming out from Targamas. He'll play it.
Yeah, that ain't gonna be easy. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay.
And Yike escapes with his splash. 1-for-1 the exchange in totality.
Yeah, Targamas is playing with fire, but that ain't gonna work for him if he actually overextends.
KC can't just group up and make it simple for them. Upset, Valkyries in on mid.
Okay, that may be Arakan for FNC. We'll see.
They want to keep that tempo up as they start this Arakan.
No explosive cast, no Hound's Pursuit, no Destiny, no Magnet Storm. Fnatic have one ultimate and it's a Corki missile. Is it going to be enough into a Death Charge and on the hunt, an Arcane Storm? Yike on his way, doesn't have that Nature's Grasp. A stun card from Poby has to flash the Dredge line.
They gotta fight for it. They gotta fight for it. They lost the Drake, so they gotta fight for the Arakan. And they gotta take it. They have no choice. Nice. Well done, Razork. Simple as that. Now they gotta run. No, they gotta run, because otherwise if the CC is getting them, that is not gonna be easy. Okay. Okay. They're not willing to commit for a fight on their turret. That's good. Because if they commit, guess what's happening? Easy kills for FNC.
To make sure Fnatic can get the objective.
And it's the intelligence from Fnatic. They understand that this is what their composition needs. They need this chaos. They need the pace to be incredibly high. Because if they lower it, if they let things be slow,
they still have a
KC can
chance.
just wait for Drake, 5v5 them, and they will lose.
They still have a chance, and I believe in them.
All they want to do is secure this objective. As soon as they get it, they scramble, they run, they drop Mythics. If they lose him, it's okay. They got what they wanted.
Poby just barely managing to get out of the way of that Maokai ultimate as well, but now a minute and a half until that next Dragon Soul for KC. And
yeah, but the Soul is in a minute and a half, almost. And then the Baron is in roughly a minute.
So sneaky from Mickey, finds the Shadowing Strike into the crash.
Yeah, okay, he's dead, The Jax is dead. Nice. The Jax is dead. Nafiru still had ultimate. Now they can get the Maokai. Or at least make him use his smite. Yeah, he did. Okay. Nice.
And it felt like Fnatic needed some magic to try to get control of this Drake after we've seen them struggle before. And Mickey keeps finding these creative angles.
Brother, they're not gonna give it up.
So much for them.
Jack,
But still,
they're not gonna give it up.
Too ahead of ourselves. It's still 40 seconds. Kana will be back up for it. And
Magic or not, Fnatic are not gonna leave it to the pure fucking chance. They're gonna fight until the very end. They have 3 towers, for fuck's sake. Whilst Casey has only 1. Sure, we don't have Drakes, however we have an Otacon, and I believe we also have a Scuttle. Not a Scuttle, what the fuck was its name again? Herald. Okay, Yike is dead. Nice, that's a big fight. Very messy, quite a lot of bodies. At least they don't have that much CC anymore, because the Maokai is dead. Okay. They gotta fight Kana. They gotta fight Kana, they have no choice. They have to fight for the Drake, otherwise they're losing it. And then this is gonna be 4th Drake for Casey. Okay, they're fighting. Nice. Nice. Close. Nice. Good from upset. Very good from upset. Yeah, Oscar is dead. Oscar was too low HP. So that wasn't anything easy or anything like that.
Able to pick them off, and they're gonna get the Cloud Soul as we watch how it all unfolded here.
It was a great idea from Fnatic. Oscar Rinnan waiting in that bottom side, trying to find the sneak angle that he needed to, but ends up getting spotted early. They tried to
So that was a trade, and so Casey are getting the Drake now on the bottom left side of the screen. Fuck.
Isn't under threat. KC are able to get the damage that they want off. And as they then go to reset here, sure,
This is such a back and forth game, I swear to God, dude. Like, holy shit.
Kana not giving Poby that opportunity to stun him. Resets, Casey back away, and they look for the re-engage.
And you can really see the difference in the 2 carries of the 2 compositions here. As Sivir and Victor has such an easy time just outputting DPS and making the game.
Yeah, but they're trading 2 for 1, which is never good. Never ideal.
They're trying to get the burst
But
out, but they don't have enough sustained damage.
they don't really have a choice. I mean, they already wasted the Scion the previous game, so a Scion would have been useful into that draft, to be fair.
They're just hoping they could get the TP, but KC, they don't answer the bluff. They instead just keep that pressure on towards the bottom side, and they're going to look to keep this pressure up. Fnatic, they're trying desperately to find something, but now it's KC with Soul, with 3 items on their
Yeah, but they're leading with only 3 kills. That's as far as it goes. 3 to 2 turrets. Okay, that's fine.
And it's just about smooth sailing to find themselves
That's fine.
a team fight win towards victory.
It's exactly as you say, Rob. And this Cloud Soul is
Me and a buddy of mine were talking earlier, and in our opinion, the change of humanoid for Poby was a little bit too long overdue. Because I have nothing against Mark, but for fuck's sake, dude, you either play or you get replaced. Simple as that. And if you're gonna underperform, then I understand why would they want to change you with the very killable Demon King, Demon Prince. My bad. The very killable Demon Prince. Cold Poby.
But that's exactly what Jack
He
was
may
talking
not
about.
have been
So
able to
quick,
fill
and they
Faker's
can't really
shoes.
find anything. Kana
However,
has
he managed to
reached the
fill
bottom side. He wants to just keep pushing as
Mark's
KC,
shoes
they're
pretty
corralling
easily.
Fnatic, keeping them
If you
busy,
don't know
so
who I'm
then this
talking
Jack's
about when I
gonna
manage
open the bottom
Mark,
lane.
I'm talking about a humanoid.
So hard now for Fnatic to find the engage they really need. Depth charge onto Mickey goes out of vision.
He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. 13-9. That is gonna be very hard for Fnatic to come back from. Honestly, like Casey are leading the game. Like, the only one on Fnatic's side who actually has kills is the Neferi. which is not ideal, especially with Mickey being 0-6. Upset needs more kills in my personal opinion.
It will be Kana's life for Baron if he even dies.
That ain't worth it though.
Upset gifted the gold, but the Baron for KC.
That ain't worth it
I mean,
though.
that's so worth this KC. Yeah, you lose Kana, but this Baron should be everything that you need to close out this game. And KC
They can lock the game now. It ain't gonna be 3-0, but it's gonna be 3-1. Okay, no problem. They just got lucky on the draft, as far as it goes.
Finish line, because Kana is still going to be dead for quite a while, and he's going to be delayed in
Nico is still open though.
This would be a
for next game,
opportunity
to be completely
for
fair
Fnatic
with you.
to be able to find someone caught off guard with Kalist recalling in a safe spot.
Kalist gets out, that's huge for him. Elder in 2.5 minutes, but the game begins to snowball away from Fnatic. KC unwilling to give up that world spot, to give up a rematch with Nkoi that easily. It would take a reverse sweep to do it, but this would be the first step for them. Fnatic still fishing for something. In fact, it's Targamas who fishes, chucks out the hook, connects onto a wall. TP behind as Poby begins to run. Depth charge coming out as well. The heal, the redemption, everything being used to try and get Poby out of this situation. But there's
yeah, they're dead. They're dead. It's a GG. It's a GG.
And KC might just look for the win.
They've already got that bot wave prepped and ready as they start their march towards the base. Oscarinin will have to retreat from the top half of the map to try and stop his base from going down.
And KC finally
that game is a GG.
life back into this series, as it looks like
Fnatic just don't have as much damage, especially on team fights, so it's a GG. The Nafiri was quite the pocket pick, especially the Twisted Fate, but yeah, that didn't work well. That didn't work well whatsoever.
Just to clear out that minion wave, but the bound up minions so strong. Kana diving back in, shadowing strike crash down will get the stun onto him. Dredgeline dodged by Mickey, steps down away from it. The gravity well finds the stun. Kalist and Yike begin to open up on the mid lane inhibitor tower.
And for the first time, Fnatic look like they're bleeding, but it's Fnatic who are on the chase.
Oscar in and chasing in. He's the only one with TP on this team. Poby goes in with the Destiny. They dive to Bloody Magnus.
Nice.
Mickey finds one. They'll look for two. Kana jumps away with the lead strike. Pops the stopwatch.
He's dead. Kana is dead. He has nowhere to go. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. They gotta stun him. They gotta stun him. They got no choice. Okay, and they missed. Nice. Third. Third taken. 4 to 9 turrets. 4 to 9.
This might be the magic that Fnatic needed.
They need the Drake, the Elder. If Fnatic gets the Elder, they have a chance to win.
They're hoping that someone on KC
they have a chance.
Through this jungle. You can see that ward in the base is actually giving
I know that it looks rough, but they still have a chance. It's 15-12.
I think KC might have to give it. It looks like they're not deciding to enter, and they're gonna give Fnatic the Elder. What is happening?
Hell yeah.
It wouldn't be
hell yeah.
An LEC
nice.
series with Worlds qualification on the line if we didn't get a roller coaster of a gold graph, guys. KC had control of the game. They greeded, they split, they looked for the Nexus Towers, and you talked about it, Jack. You said when you are in this position in a series, it is so easy to overstep. The Elder will be secured by Fnatic.
1003. Razork is not even touching me.
They're trying to time it a little bit with the Nashor. Very smart here by Fnatic.
They want to have that buff for the Baron fight. They'll continue to wait. Mickey was looking for Kana, who successfully dodges away from it. They just hold it, and there we are, 2 minutes before the Baron. Fnatic will steal everything they can. The goal basically irrelevant at this point. Look at the
5 minutes. 2 minutes 22. Okay, so okay. Okay, I see what they were trying to do right then and there.
And these fights have looked impossible.
Basically, they wanted the Elder buff so they can stay buffed up until the Baron, and then do a Baron fight so they can actually get it.
20 seconds of that Baron being available.
We need the Baron if we want to win. We definitely need the Baron.
After losing a game,
otherwise it's a GG.
like we saw. And you can
Done and
see
dusted.
on
Simple as
KC's
that.
shoulders. This is a game that
unfortunately,
normally for them, I think would
it is what it is, I
easy.
guess.
They have a comp that's right up their alley. They won the early game. They got all the dragons, but you can see how they're a little bit disjointed, a little bit nervous. Everything feels a bit heavier. than normal, and it is costing them dearly.
In terms of carries,
There's still a chance,
they still
though.
have a massive advantage. They are so strong. I will say Poby, now with a Rabadon's Death Cap complete, if he can land a gold card, will absolutely melt through someone.
There's still a chance. Nice. 9 to 5 turrets. Still not too late for us to win.
They're just hoping
Still not too late. Still have a chance.
Needs to be careful.
Yeah, might need to back away a little bit here. Fnatic timing this with the minion wave coming in. Hex flash forward by Mickey. Hound's pursuit.
Oh, no. No. That was a little bit of an overextension. That was a little bit of an overextension. I know that they're trying to use the Elder, but brother, that ain't gonna help you much. They gotta focus on the Baron, because there is less than 20 seconds from now on until the Baron spawns. Ooh, nice! Nice, that was a good pick. Hell yeah! They have no jungler. They have no jungler. Simple as that. They can't smite the Baron. Nice. Hell fucking yeah.
But Fnatic want to keep fighting. Oh, this game is on a
They
nice
can't
stretch
smite
here.
the Baron. Great. The Baron, no matter what. Hell yeah, the Baron is ours. Hell fucking yeah. Well done to Bobby.
KC, they can potentially take the fight when they see Oscar in the base.
KC have an advantage around the Baron pit right now. They've got an extra man. Poby, no destiny.
Oscar has to TP in.
Goes to do so. Meanwhile, Oscar in TP in behind. KC, the ones now
Oscar.
getting caught, perhaps in
Oscar.
A hook onto Oscar in Targamas, chunked out. Mickey cleanses away with the unsealed spell, but he's looking for that Magna Sword flash across the wall.
Okay.
Fnatic turn their eyes back towards the Baron.
We got the Baron. We got the Baron, simple as that. They have no time. Yike has no time to TP. He doesn't even have TP, let alone steal the Baron. That is ours. Razork, nice. Now they gotta run. They gotta run. They gotta run. It's on the L.
They are taking it back. They're not out yet as they bring this series to
Unfortunately, the Baron is only on Mickey. Run, Mickey! Fucking run, Flash, do whatever you need to do. Just run. Fuck. Fuck. They have no time. Damn it. Damn it. They killed them. GG. That was a nice game. That was a nice game. A little bit too much back and forth, but oh well.
Such close games, back to back to back.
That was a lucky game for Casey, I admit, purely because of the draft. Oh well.
So damn hard.
Settle down, settle down, settle down.
It's League of Legends. It's what I love.
That was only one game. Don't worry, next game is ours.
With everything on the line for both these teams.
Our draft was shit, I admit, but it is what it is.
Not just a split, not just like a disappointing series.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. What can you do about it? As long as you're acknowledging your mistakes, you'll be good.
Neither team is willing to give it up.
When winter went so well for KC, when first stand,
I believe in my boys. They can do it.
Finals, to be denied that chance at Worlds
They
would
did
be
it
heartbreaking
with a
for both
2-0
the
lead.
fans and the team.
They just need to pull themselves
But
together
now
this
they've got to
one
keep this up.
and
This
actually
is just
do
the
a
first
good
step
draft
for
for once.
Fnatic.
They
I've
need
got
to
more to
realize
thank.
that they need
And
to
you're up
take
against
either
a Fnatic
Yunara
who
or
have
Smolder.
not missed
Because if they take Smolder, then that's a ticking time bomb.
Hand over to the AD to break down that series, that game, and the series
And guess what happens when Smolder reaches his stacks? There is no
Thank you
losing.
guys, welcome back to the Marriott Bonvoy Analyst Desk. The blue sky finally
Simple as that.
arrived here for KC. And GB, I love your smile, because that's the smile of someone whose prediction did not die yet.
It's not that. I mean, the moment I saw this draft, I put in the chat, all right, 2-1.
All
2-1.
right.
It's going to be a 2-1 because when I see a draft like this from KC, I don't care how far they fall behind. They need to do one thing and one thing only. They need to stack dragons. They need to have good team fighting, and they just need to chill out. And honestly, that's kind of what they did. We see so many priority takes. I see Kana on his Jax. I see Yike on a Maokai. You know, I see.
Yeah, and he
everything
had
I need to see
the whole
for them to
game
be
was
able
back and forth the whole fucking time.
This team fight was so stressful
Wow.
to watch because it
Just
felt
wow.
like that Casey was on a knife's edge.
I mean, look at this.
Flank
Look
from
at this.
Oscar was fantastic.
The only way that they
Indecision.
won the fight is because
You see that
they
from
have too
Fnatic.
much damage.
Razork moves towards the Baron,
And they
while
didn't
Oscar
even
is
fight,
setting up
they
for
basically just
play. That was the
escaped.
window that
That's
I think
as,
Fnatic
that's as far as it
did.
goes.
And to be fair, I was watching Kalist
And
exclusively
here,
in
they
this
decide
fight.
to pick up the
Look
fight
at his
while
positioning and
we're
look at his
already
flash.
chunked from the
He
Baron.
flashed for Mickey.
And
I
wouldn't you
thought
know
that
it,
this was a
we're
massive
losing it.
mistake.
Purely because we don't
He
have
isolated
HP.
himself, but
And
what does he do?
and then
Outplays
nobody can
everyone.
survive except
I mean,
Mickey,
he puts
because
himself
look
in
at
a
where
position
Mickey
where
is, he's
Sivir
already
can
out on the
still get
screen.
So much damage down because the W's over the wall.
There
It's
is
still
no
giving that
choice,
AoE that
bro.
you need.
No
That's
choice,
the
no
goal
way to
grab.
win.
Whoa.
And
Yeah.
it's a KC goal grab that I feel
Yeah,
like I'm getting
yeah,
used to
yeah.
seeing a little bit.
That
Not to
makes
this
sense.
extent, but being behind
That makes
and
more
still
sense.
taking games,
Case you do
it's
have
kind
more
of
damage
been their
because of the
philosophy.
Sivir.
I mean, you guys said it.
The Sivir is quite OP this patch, especially if you've watched the recent LCK games.
How did that happen, though?
I mean,
It's just
really
OP
came
as
down
fuck.
to the fact that no matter what happened on the map, no matter how bad it looked, we need to be on the Dragons. And I think that became KC's main win condition this game. With the draft that they had, they knew no matter how bad it goes on a side lane, when we group as 5, we have the tools in our draft to be able to pull off the
Did I
Dragons.
actually check
and they
what
get
the
it from
fuck
the
happened
first
with the
one, the second
LCK?
one, the
I
third
believe
one, and it just keeps
their
going to a
matches
point
are
where they
coming
do
up
lose
soon.
Elder, but they're still so strong around team fighting.
Hopefully we can look at the draft because
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
now
wanna
we're waiting
remind
on
people of what exactly it
Genji
is that Fnatic's
KT
composition
tomorrow.
wants to do, which is
And
that
then on
when
Sunday
you've
we got
a
Hanwha Live
Twisted
Genji.
Fate, your goal is to
Okay.
attack the side lanes.
That's
You're
fine.
working with Neferi. Your goal is to make this duo your early game powerhouse snowballing duo. And the fact that Oscar was getting solo kills in the top lane, things were looking promising. But as GB was saying, they kept feeding into what was the KC war machine in this situation, which was, we want to 5v5 you around the objectives. We want to play the front to back. And I think that the Fnatic coordination that we've seen a lot of in this series was starting to fall apart simply because KC's burden of execution was much lower, and they could punish every positioning mistake we saw from Fnatic.
And this is what I want to continue to see. Yike on Maokai.
We forgot
specifically.
Yike on trees, guys.
We forgot Maokai for sure. I mean, Yike, when he plays these kind of, selfless champions where he's willing to be the guy setting up his team. It was the Maokai. I'm hoping I get to see some Sejuani as well, because
Oh my
that right there is not cursed.
That's so
it's
cursed
perfection.
and diabolical, I
Right
swear
now.
to
This is
God.
what you want more of. Sadly, this is fearless, so you're not
They
getting
couldn't
more.
have made it
Instead,
any
you need
more
to rely
cursed
on
than
the
that.
same kind of champions.
Lilia.
Exactly.
there you
So
go.
Wow.
I don't need the Lilia. The Friends of the Forest
Look,
are fine, but I also
I'm gonna
want
say it
to
once and I'm gonna say it again. Yike was good when he was on G2. Why the fuck did G2 change their jungle and their support? Nobody knows. But if they're willing to give them to us, at least the support, we're gonna freaking take it. Because Noah and June were legitimately the weakest spot of Fnatic last year. So I'm glad that Fnatic actually changed them out. I don't know about Upset. I haven't watched Upset play professionally before joining KC this year. But he's a nice AD carry. He's definitely a nice AD carry, I admit.
have demonstrated this series that they are the better team at building early
And then Paul
leads.
became,
Casey
because
is
Mark
not
was
being super
underperforming
proactive.
when
And while
Upset
I
and
do
Mickey
think a
actually
lot
made
of
things
Fnatic's
work
mistakes
for
this time
themselves.
round came down to the
So
draft.
I get why they decided to
Casey
change
won't
Mark
get
for
the same
Polby.
draft in the next game.
I just didn't know
So
why
this is where
Polby.
my question marks
Only
come from
because
KC
it's
in
tier
that
1,
how will
and
you
even
create
though
a
it's
situation
their
where you can still get
like,
the fights that you're looking for.
youngsters
Grab said
team,
it on Twitter. There's no
which
way
means
he can
T1
give them
Academy.
3 bad drafts in a row. So let's see what KC
I
is
still
gonna be able
believe
to
that
fight here with.
Polby
Any specific champions
managed
that
to
you wanna see here, or
adjust
does it
to
come
the
down to
ALEC
simply
quite well.
nerves?
No,
my personal opinion.
I'm still looking at that
And
Sejuani. I'm
if you
looking
think
at
about
the
it,
Jinx for potentially Kalist. I
ranked
really
in
love these champions
Korea
where you should go
is
for the whole
much
mid-wave and
tougher
just be a
than the
threat
rank
by
that we got
slowly
here
but
in
surely,
EU,
and
both
building
in
himself up to
EU
have
and
enough
E
items to be played
and
around in team
EUW.
fights. I think
So,
his movement is
yeah.
some of the best movement we get in the entirety of the league.
I
So you
would
love him on
understand
champions,
why
and excitement is gonna put you over the
he
edge
would
and
be
really just
feeling
allow
like
you to
he's
play around the map.
smurfing
Sivir was one of them,
while he's
which is
playing
why I
here.
love this, but we're asking
At least a
ourselves,
little
how
bit.
can we replicate
Maybe not a
this? And
lot,
we
but
can't
a little bit.
identically do it, but we can try and get something that kind of mimics it.
Here's the thing,
Then
though,
again,
we're on a new patch. We're getting later into the series, and we
he
look at players
adjusted
like
quite
Polby.
well, and as far
Question,
from
what
what
else
I'm
does he have
hearing, his
available
English is
to him?
pretty good.
Because we know that his
So-
champion pool hasn't been the most extensive throughout the summer split.
That's good.
Meanwhile, on the other side, Hwei is an immediate
I
champion that
have
drawn to mind
gotten
when it comes
enough
to
of
planning
G2
specifically. We see him
ever
being
since I
very
started
good on the Victor.
watching
We know these control mages
esports
very
for
much fit
League,
into his style. If
which
you're looking at
means
something like a
2022.
Sejuani alongside
I've had
Hwei,
enough
along
of
with the
seeing
potential
G2
carry once
winning
again
everything
for
again
Karma in the
and
top
again
side.
and
I
again
can
and
see
again and again.
avenues
I
for
want to see
KC get
Fnatic
ahead in the
win.
draft, but it very much depends
Fnatic
on what
hasn't
Fnatic have
won
been cooking up on the new
anything
patch.
But you're also just running out of
since
these support
2020.
picks, right? We've already seen Alistar, we've seen the Rel, we've
And I
seen the
want to
Leona,
see
right?
them
We've seen the
actually
Nautilus,
fucking win
Alistar,
something
like
for
all of
once.
these engaged champions, that's the premier engaged supports, they're kind of falling out now, which means other parts of the
Ever
map
since
need to be able
Hylissang
to pick up engaged
was
champions as well, because at some
in
point you're going to run
Fnatic,
out, or you're going to get very creative, like bringing back
the
a
team
Moonball
hasn't
and
been the
things like
same.
this.
It has been Fnatic's series so far. Do you feel like they're still going to be riding this momentum? They have the
Still,
crowd behind
in my
them.
personal
I don't
opinion,
think this single
the
game
best,
is what
and
makes
when I say the
everything
best,
crumble
I
for
mean
Fnatic.
No, quite
the
frankly,
best
given how shaky
bot
KC
lane
looked in
duo
terms of closing that
of
game
all
out,
time,
I
especially
still
in
feel
EU,
like based on
well,
what we've been seeing
specifically
today,
in
Fnatic are the
EU,
favorites to win this series. But the
stay,
draft will be a
for me
big question
personally,
mark, because as much as
Hylissang
I have confidence in
and
how Fnatic
Reckless.
are playing right now, team fights is the name
Even
of the
though
game
Reckless
in this
is
series, and so you need
no
to be
more
able to
an AD
draft something
carry,
that can give you something to
but
contest
instead
these
he's
objectives.
also
And I will
support
agree
now.
with Betty. I think from what we've seen, there's no question about it. Fnatic's just been performing better in these games. Even this game just now, if you're looking at it from a map perspective, I think Fnatic has actually
But in
been
my
playing the map
personal
really
opinion,
beautifully.
the
Now, part of
best
that comes because we've
EU
seen the global
bot
champions
lane
from the mid
ever,
lane. But I wanna put it
Hylissang
elsewhere,
and
so, because
Reckless.
sometimes all you need
It
is
doesn't
just
get any
figuring out,
better
okay,
than
what
that.
thing works for us. As KC right now, everything
Change
has
my
been going
mind
on
if you
for
can,
The first two games,
but I kinda
nothing
doubt
works
that
for
you can.
This third game, something finally
If you're
clicked,
thinking
and
that
even though it
Hans
wasn't
and Mickey
clean,
was the
this
best
might be
duo
all you
in
need
EU
for a mental
ever,
reset to say,
or
okay,
Mickey would
we
upset,
can do it this way.
nah,
Now let's figure out how we do
not
it
at
again.
all, not
The
even
later a
close.
series goes, hyper carries
You have
naturally
no
rise
fucking
in
idea what
value
kind of
because
monster
the pool is
was
getting
Reckless
thinner and thinner, and this is where we bring up this sheet
when he
once
was an
more,
AD carry.
because things like Goldberg was mentioning earlier, the Jinx, the Aphelios, the Twitch, the Smolder, these late game hyper carries are going to be super important. We haven't actually seen the Lulus, the Karmas come out yet from these support players, but we know that they're
And this is
poised
why
and ready
Reckless
to go.
is
Who's gonna
such
be
a
the top player
pivotal
bring up the
support
Ornn?
for Los
Who's the one that's
Ratonas,
going to be willing
honestly.
to tank it for the team in order to set up for those
Los
team fights? 'Cause
Ratonas,
that's the direction that we're headed.
for me,
That's a lot of questions.
is
and
a
I hope we're gonna
team
get the
full of
answers soon. Here
people
in this series, we
who
finally have
actually
a series here
know
between
what they're
KC
doing.
and
There are
Fnatic,
a
because
team
Fnatic is still on match point here, but
like
let's see
built
if KC can
on
bring us
basically
to game 5 right after
good
this.
players from older LEC teams, but I believe that Los Ratones can get into the LEC somehow, as long as they get a nice sponsor that can actually help them buy a spot in the LEC. And if Los Ratones get into the LEC, I'm telling you, Los Ratones are reaching Worlds, and Los Ratones are gonna win Worlds. Mark my words. As long as Los Ratones enters the LEC, EU will finally get their Worlds trophy. Since so many years. Mark my words. There is no team outside of the LEC that can beat Los Ratones. If they're beating Los Ratones, it's because of communication issues that Los Ratones are having within themselves. Okay, while we're waiting for this thing to get done, and basically for all the ads to run, we can try LOL daily. Wait a minute. Give me a second. Wait, what the fuck? Wait. For capture. LOL daily. Okay. Let's try and guess today's champion. Classic. Zoe. Female middle. Gragas. Jungle top. Mama. Leone. Middle top. Human magician altered. Iceborne human Aspect Human, Nocturne, Male Jungle Demon Spirit Jungle, 2011. Victor, probably. Middle, it's not jungle, it's not top. So it's a support, male. After 2011, Emilio? Support, it's not a support, so it is a top laner. Top laner before 2023, male. Kinda doubt that it's Jax. It's not Cassante, or is it Cassante? It's not top. What the fuck do you mean? Middle. No top, no support, no jungle. Is it AD carry? Okay. Bottom middle. Yordo. Mana range. Mana range male. AD carry. Aphelios? Bottom human spirit. Mana range Targon. 2019. Below 2019. No tools. Tariq. It's male. What the fuck? Israel. So it's human. Male. 80 carry. Human. Mana range.
Well, I'm here.
Can't really think of
outside
one.
at the mountain that the players have to climb every single time. As you see,
80 carry, male,
KC behind
range,
me,
human.
And I gotta say, it is a stressful
Male.
environment because we know that the arena.
Smolder is
they are
dragon,
really
he's
for
not
KC.
human.
They want to see their Spanish brethren win, but I just wanted to show you all at home
80 carry,
how
male.
big this mountain really is that they have to climb
Can't
for the
really
players.
think
And if
of
you're
one.
KC,
2012.
you're staring up at it and you're thinking, okay, I did some of the work.
That's
I need
weird.
to do it again, and then I need to do it again. There's a reason why reverse sweeps are so incredibly rare in League of Legends, and for them to just say to all of this audience here, we don't care who you support,
Ocean.
we're gonna bring it back and maybe bring it to a game 5 is just
Magician.
cinema. Let's see what
Aspect.
happens.
Demacia.
It would be truly special for KC if they're able to get this reverse sweep, especially since the first 2 games were so one-sided.
I
Like,
can't
there were
think of one.
moments for KC, but the majority
I
of the
really
games
can't
Fnatic
think of one.
favored. I think the big question
80 carry,
for me
male.
is,
I have no
can
fucking
KC
idea.
silence the crowd again? Because the crowd was quiet in game 3. As soon as KC started winning, that's got to drive you. That's got to motivate you when it's been so loud in the first 2 games, Jack.
For me, I feel like the hard
No,
part about being
Mana
KC right
range
now is just the
zone.
burden. Like, you could tell
After
it in this game that
Who the
yes,
fuck
they
was
won,
released in
but
2012? What the
damn if
fuck?
they didn't have to fight for it.
Yeah.
And needing to fight like that every single game makes it so difficult. And I feel like Fnatic, after a loss like that, they can
Kinda
go
doubt
back
that it's
to the
Zerat.
break room and they say, okay, we had a hard to execute draft, guys. We
It's not
we did some
smaller.
really good stuff, then we did some a little bit more silly
is a
stuff, but
support.
with a better
Blitzcrank
draft
is a
and a
support.
better game plan, easily we're gonna win this game. So it's so
Zilean
difficult
is a
for
support.
KC.
Yeah, even with KC taking
Vayne
the win, it
is
still
female,
feels like Fnatic is just
so it
more
ain't gonna
locked in
work.
on the day. They were able to get some creative plays, even when KC
Varus?
had what felt like an insurmountable moment to win the game.
fuck
it
you.
still looked a little shaky. So I think from KC again, like, I need to see more from them in the early game. I need to see
My
them
shield
contesting
is my
Fnatic, 'cause
sword.
even in that first game, it was
Leona?
Razor getting off to a 2-kill lead, them starting to snowball, and us kind of going, hang on a second, as Fnatic found a winning
What the
formula
fuck else is
game
using a
in a
shield?
very different style, but KC were able to bring it back.
And it just feels like Fnatic and
My
Worlds
shield is my
just go
sword.
together. They're gonna make it no matter what, no matter the odds. Throughout so many roster iterations, so
shield
many
is my
teams, so
sword.
many metas, they've
I have no
always
idea.
seemed to be good enough to make it to Worlds. And right now, they're looking good enough.
That they are. Now they move on to the blue side for this game, electing to go there after losing to KC. Their win rate on blue ever so slightly higher than their win rate on red this year. They've gone 25-12 on blue and 22-15 on the red. KC's win rate does drop quite dramatically on the
My
red
shield
side.
is my
From
sword.
37 and 18 on blue to almost a 50% win rate on red. 26 games, 26 wins.
My shield
23
is my
losses.
sword.
I am curious what the priority would be for Fnatic on that blue side.
Okay,
'Cause
sure.
especially as we start to get into game
Now
4,
it makes
that's where
sense,
things start
yeah.
to get a little bit funky. We're probably going to see things like the Bard support start to rise.
Gnar?
Not as like a first pick, but definitely
I guess
something to keep
Q,
your eyes on. Because
W,
a lot more of
okay.
those mobile.
I don't play top
lane.
lane.
Pool, so
I have no
suddenly
idea.
start to look a lot stronger.
Which champion do
and
these
just there's less
emojis
answers for you
describe?
in that bottom side
Lux?
of the map. Yeah, I think there's a lot of changes that will be coming.
Yeah,
Orianna?
and it's interesting the stuff you bring up, Medic, because in
Orianna
my head,
win.
at least the theory I had with Fearless was that as you got into game number 4 and game number 5,
Splash
the
art.
red side actually becomes the stronger side because you don't
Stronger?
have that many available power picks, and it's just about counter-picking support and top lane, and
Volley?
especially when you then lose those safe blind picks and
The
you have to start
fuck?
pick something more risky, counter-pick should rise in value.
Alistar?
But clearly,
No?
so far, the teams don't think the same thing as they're continuing to elect for blue side as Fnatic has chosen at this game.
It'll also be interesting to see
I
for
don't know.
Kana,
I
because
have
this is
no
the
idea.
first time he'll be able to get counter pick in that
Yeah.
top side if they're able to give it to him. And
I
think that's where he
literally
can
have
really
no
open
idea,
up
dude.
for some dangerous plays. He's kind of been the shining
Okay,
light,
fuck it.
let's say, for a lot of the games today. I think he's had a decent time. I know Oscar Ridden was able to get some early leads and in the matchup versus the Cassante, but I still think like the Jack's performance was incredibly strong, and I think he's done his job as best he can in a lot of these situations.
Really? I feel like he's been more questionable
Okay,
today.
fuck
I
it.
feel like in
Whatever.
the Cassante game, he struggled. In the Jax game, he got solo killed by Oscar Rinin. And it's just, it's like when you come into
That's fair,
today,
actually,
you're
yeah.
thinking like,
Forgot about the solo kill,
Kana versus Oscar Rinin. It's like, if Oscar goes equal, you'd think Kana would be underperforming. But Oscar's doing a lot more than that. So I've been really surprised by Kana, but I do agree with you on the red side. Like, that's why I'm even a little bit more puzzled that both teams have just been continuously choosing to go for blue side, because we have seen that Oscar with the counter picks, that's I think a big reason why he's been able to find all these leads. So now Kana with this red side, I'd love to see him on something more proactive, but at the same time, it's a KC that doesn't feel like they have that confidence to put Kana on carries. For example, in game number 2, I believe, they chose to ban Jace 4-5.
Yeah.
That feels unheard of. They were the team that would first pick Jace if it was open, and now they're not even willing to play it at all. And this is a buffed Jace that just got buffed on this patch that they're playing on now with a little early game buff that should be really good for pro play. So I feel like the confidence, especially from Kana and Yike and Vladdy for me, is the part of KC that I've
We
been
just
missing
need a
this
better
year.
draft. It's as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less. We just need a little bit of a better draft, and we can pull it off. I'm glad that at least my stream is not 1 hour. Like, I'm happy that we're up to game number 4, I believe, right now. Yeah, this one should be the 4th game.
See a little bit more play and a little bit more focus here.
Yeah, we're definitely falling much further.
glad
down
that
those
we're up
boards
to game number
overall.
4,
We have a
but
small delay on stage due to an audio
I
issue,
believe
which is
it's
getting
time
rectified right
for
now, so we'll
Fnatic
get
to
that
actually
sorted for you as
close
soon
it
as
out.
possible, obviously. But yeah, let's just look at Vladdy, for example, right? Azir is still open, but it's banned in every game. Victor's gone, Talia's gone, Yone's gone, Corki's gone. We still have Ryze and Aurora, if you want to get down to that point, but his Galio's gone. We're not seeing Annie, most likely because of the patch changes. I mean, maybe in Game 4 of Fearless, that's where you start to look towards picks like that. But you're losing out on so much of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And what we saw from KC in the last game was comfort can win them the game, just because they're so much more experienced on the champions.
For sure, I agree with you. I also really wonder, when it comes to now, Fnatic chose to choose blue side, and you talked about how Azir's been permabanned. There's been Fnatic
That ain't
has
gonna be easy,
permabanned
though.
this Azir, Yunara every game.
That ain't
So
gonna
maybe
be
the
easy
reason
for my
why they
guys.
want to go for this blue side is they're thinking, oh, if we get one of those picks on this blue side, the game
Wait,
is just
why the
over.
fuck is
and
my
I
mouse
could
fucked?
really see it as we saw that
For fuck's
Fnatic,
sake.
they struggled
Yeah,
with the fact that they had
should be a
carries
little
that
bit
didn't
better.
scale. But if you have Yunara Azir, I mean, scaling is no problem.
I just don't feel like you can give Poby Azir.
Yeah.
Like, it is by far and away his best champion. He has performed fantastically for Fnatic, even in their last series against Giant X. He was kind of that big sweep at the end of the game.
Game
to try and
delay,
set up for
yet
that teleport
again.
play. So I
Just
think
like the first
overall,
game.
It's kind of difficult for
Omega
KC
freaking
to
delay before they
what
actually start the
do you
game.
prioritize here, and that's even with things like the Poppy getting dropped, which is a clear Fnatic favorite for both Razork and Mickey.
It's going to be really interesting to see, because you're not going to get Azir and Yunara unless, like,
Obviously not.
yeah, it just,
That would be
it's
crazy.
Yeah,
not
like
gonna
those two are
work,
gonna
but
be
do you
banned.
prioritize the Azir?
Both
Do you give
Yunara
Curtis
and Azir.
Yunara something that he can scale and
I
carry
do believe
on?
that they're gonna get banned.
It's always super... Yeah, it's super interesting if you get further into a draft like this.
Well, I think that's it. It's like, I think Yunara is incredibly strong, but I also think she does have her weaknesses if you can't get a team that's able to set up in front of her so she can actually play out the team fights well. And I think that's what Vitality did very well when Kalist brought out the Yunara was, hey, we're just going to try and play at a range so this Yunara can't really do the things she wants to do and maybe have a chance. Now, that obviously gets significantly more difficult the deeper you get into drafts because your answers for some of this range and stuff is definitely
Dude, come on,
hindered.
just allow us to
But
have the
I'm curious,
draft
like,
already.
have Fnatic got some of these
Like, what the
top
fuck are
picks
we
that they're
waiting
willing to bring out
for
in
so
this game
goddamn
four
long?
and see if it can push them over the edge.
Like,
Yeah,
damn.
does KC have the same? I feel like Fnatic, for me, feels like the team that have the advantage coming into this, because if the drafts look equal, I just trust them more to execute on their win conditions. So for me, the question I'm asking is, like, what can KC get really on this red side counter pick?
So they want Z jungle.
How can they, like,
That's
kind of
interesting.
predict the power picks that Fnatic are going to go for, and how can you look to trade them? Because often on red side, you kind of are left with a choice. Either you decide to leave more overpowered picks open and you trade them, or you try to ban everything and no team gets the OP picks. Everybody has their own philosophy with this kind of stuff, but I would presume that when you're going into a game 4 of Fearless, you need to be more willing and open to leaving these powerful picks up so that you can trade them and get something for yourself.
That makes a lot of sense. We still have things like the Aurora available as well, the Jace that we talked about a little bit. We'll see how things go as we get into draft in hopefully a couple of moments' time. I do want to come back to your point about, like, you trust Fnatic more.
Yeah.
Because I agree with you. Today, I trust Fnatic much more to actually execute on their game plan. But it's such a subversion of expectations from previously. Coming into today, I think 9 out of 10 people.
I'm a little bit upset. Well, maybe not upset, but a little bit sad that they're making us wait for so long. But oh well.
I feel like Fnatic have shown
I guess our dudes just want to pull themselves together.
Expectations. This was a roster that, like, many people thought could win the whole thing. I remember in winter and in spring, it felt like they could maybe be the champions, and then they just don't meet that expectation.
Yeah, it definitely felt like that. Let's jump back to the analyst desk, though, to break things down as we wait for this small audio issue to be resolved.
Audio issue?
There's sadly not a lot to break down right now, as we haven't seen the draft yet. But we can talk about...
I don't hear you.
Wait, can you hear me? You can hear me. We're live now. Hi. Okay, Mike, we also had mic issues on our side. We're back here. There's something that I haven't had the opportunity to chat with you, actually, Odo, because you've been in these situations. You've been in these clutch moments. So when you're on the side of KC right now, do you feel like one win with the way they did it is going to be enough to shift the momentum? Is it going to be enough for them to crawl back and maybe lead us to 5 games?
It's going to be a change, definitely, especially with the way they won the last game, because it was quite dramatic, you know, with giving up the soul, or, you know, coming back. I feel like this is the momentum shift they need, because it seems quite rough, especially after the first 2 games, but this might be the real icebreaker that we get in the series.
And it's going to depend on what KC has worked on. What is the next draft plan for this? Because the deeper we go into the series, as Vedi said earlier, the deeper we're going to go into this champion pool. And we established earlier that this is the kind of champion pool, especially thinking about Kalist, that can favor them.
And we saw it, especially slowly but surely. I felt like they made the right adaptations with the Maokai, having a lot of proactivity in the 3rd game. I feel like this is exactly what they needed, and slowly they're moving towards a more competitive series. But now, when you're going to game 4 Fearless,
what do you mean more competitive series? It doesn't get any more competitive than
last
game. What the fuck?
You're truly being tested.
Come on,
on how
dude.
deep your champion pool goes, how much can you get out of your pool.
It would be great if production could bring up for us what has been banned so far in this series. Just
By the way,
so
I don't know if you know this, but Odo is basically the analyst.
One of the big things, do we know if Fnatic has moved to blue side in this game? Because this,
what happened with
this will
their
be their first
EMEA
opportunity
Masters,
to actually get onto the blue side, given that KC has taken over that pretty much throughout this series. But moving on to blue gives them a lot of potential advantages, because I'm thinking about some of the mid laners that are available. Azir, Poby's tried and true, has been permabanned by Fnatic themselves. They've been limiting that option, and now it would be much more available to them. They can start putting pressure onto KC and their preferences if they do in fact move over to the blue, just because they do get that priority on junglers as well.
They did.
Pantheon also still available too.
Yeah, exactly.
It usually comes down to power picks and what you want to prioritize, especially the later we go into the series. As someone who's been drafting quite a lot lately, what would you do right now, being in Fnatic's shoes on blue side?
Well, on blue side, it's a little bit rougher because if you want to get an advantage on blue side, with the draft, with the series being so late into Phyllis, you need to kind of leave a lot of picks open so that you use the fact that you get the first pick.
It is what it is.
If you properly
what can we do about it?
Figure out the tier list,
Exactly
when all
nothing.
those pieces from different roles are all put together, you need to figure out how they interact with each other and which one is the actual real game-winning pick. So on blue side, you do have to take this gamble where you leave a lot of picks open just so you get your pick of the litter.
And we're going to go back in game shortly as the blue wall is not done yet. They're going to keep on cheering for the team as the last game gave them hope. Is this hope going to be enough? Or is Fnatic going to be able to close this one quickly and get their ticket to Worlds? They've been working so hard for this ticket to Worlds, guys. It took one roster swap, one mid lane swap, bringing the Ghost into the lineup for them to become maybe the most stable version we've seen from Fnatic so far. And actually, we're going to toss two casters. No time to talk with you guys anymore. We'll see you after the game. Casters, take it away.
Well, we are hopefully getting ready to get on into this next game as the players are on stage and should be getting into the draft lickety-split. We kind of had our discussions around it, and yeah, I just want to see what happens with this blue side for Fnatic.
Yeah, I think they really need to kind of go back to the drawing board after last game, have a more cohesive composition that scales a little bit easier to execute. It's just, we've seen Fnatic, I remember actually now it was Fnatic versus KC game 5, where Fnatic completely crumbled in that last game. Ended up with MF, Lulu, Volibear, and just couldn't play the game.
And it, kind of like that series, it kind of felt like a huge amount of this rests on the head of these AD carries. Game 1 and Game 2 we saw Upset have fantastic performances. That Zeri will send nightmares for all fans this entire weekend if Fnatic can make it through this. But on the opposite side, I think Kalist has kind of been a silent hero. Like his Ezreal,
I mean, he's been playing really well.
His Sivir this last game was great as well. And it really has come down to how much control can you get over this bottom side of the map. And I think for Upset, obviously a win here in Madrid would be huge, getting back towards Worlds. The opportunity to kind of right some wrongs from the last time that he was here back in 2018. I'm like, this could be an incredible moment, but not only for the Fnatic fans, but for Upset as a person and for his career.
Yeah, and of course, making it to Worlds is the goal of today. However, tomorrow you still have MKOI to play, and then after that you still have G2 to play. And if you can summit that mountain, that Everest that it truly is, then you really get to reach the pinnacle of it all, right? Like, if you're Upset, 2018, you were in the finals against Fnatic, you lost. You then managed to beat KC, you managed to beat MKOI, you managed to beat G2. Obviously, that is kind of a wish and a prayer right now, but we'll see.
And at the other finals he was in, lost the Mad Lions. So kind of an opportunity now if he can make it tomorrow to, again, just continue to fight these battles, fight these demons. And he has been battling a lot, but it was Kalist who very much has kind of given the runaround when it's come to that Sivir and Corki matchup. And I wonder what Upset wants to bring to the table now to try and fight back.
Yeah, and I think in general, to be honest, I've been hearing kind of this narrative that Kalist isn't that good, or like even with the Rookie of the Year award, like many people thought
we've been waiting for a little bit too long.
Kind of
what the fuck?
Kalist is a great,
it's been so many minutes.
Player. Like his winter performance was truly stellar, and while some of the criticisms
just
were founded that he got caught out sometimes, in this series he has never been the problem in any single team fight. He is outputting the damage and he is doing the work. And in that Sivir
as far as I know, the audio issue is fixed. So
yep, definitely agree with that. I think the thing with people will see the fact that Kalist makes obvious mistakes sometimes and say he's not that good a player because it's an obvious mistake, and if it's obvious to me, it should be obvious to you. But the reason those mistakes are made is he's playing so close to that knife's edge. He's playing on the line, which is what the great AD carries do. We are into draft for Game 4 of this series as Fnatic take
finally,
on
it was about time.
Few bands coming out. I'll wait for them to pop up on your screens.
Wait.
There we go. You see all the fearless bands already out of the pool. Nico and Cassio taken away by Fnatic. Azir and Annie removed by KC.
These are some very peculiar bans here from Fnatic. Looks like maybe they're setting up a Ryze first pick. Would be something I'm thinking about when I see this Cassio ban.
And that would be huge.
Maybe Ryze.
10 games on it, 9-1.
Wow.
He loves this champion. Super confident on it. Cassio was also slightly buffed on this patch.
Ryze or Yunara? What is the ban going to be from KC? Or do you try and say, hey, we're going to let one of these slip through in the hopes that we'll be able to get ourselves? Poppy has been that other kind of go-to ban throughout this series. So do you, as KC, try and net yourself one of these power picks?
Many decisions here that have to be made. As KC, that's Caitlyn.
Nice.
These are some crazy bans we're seeing here. Yunara first pick instantly comes in for Fnatic.
Of course, Yunara is going to be our first pick. Blind Yunara. If KC picks Smolder, it's going to be bad, but it's probably going to be Xayah or Khan, because Xayah has not been played yet. It's an 80 carry. So this is most likely going to be Xayah or Khan.
The thing is, though, if you go for the Rakan, I imagine the Xayah is going to be next. But it does open up for Mickey if he wants to go for the Lulu. That's kind of been the traditional answer into the Rakan, because as he goes to the grand entrance, you get the W off. It means that he's just polymorphed in place and can't really do much. But I have to see if that's what thinking, because it is going to be the Ryze that's actually taken away.
I really love the mind games
I
in this
don't know
draft.
where Fnatic wants to head now.
It's set up for a Ryze first pick for Fnatic, and then KC said, oh, you want to first pick Ryze? Then we ban your Caitlyn, so you don't have that to play into the Yunara, so we force you to first pick Yunara, and we get the Ryze ourselves. I'm not sure if it's going to pay off, because I don't think Ryze is that insanely OP as much as Yunara, and Fnatic now with Poppy Aurora are looking pretty damn strong.
Poppy's so nice. Into
Easy.
It makes it really hard for
I'm already liking our draft. Xayah, obviously. Xayah, Khan, and Ryze. Okay, that's fine.
That a few times, but Oscar winning. Last time we saw this Aurora, or at least a recent time we saw
we
it.
got
4-0-7
two bot lanes if the Poppy's going as a support, which I kind of doubt, but it's not impossible yet.
A downside and an upside. The upside is that you have a three-way flex here. You can
But there's
have
still
Mickey play
time.
it, you can
Bard.
have Oscar play it, or you can have Razork play it. And they're all quite good Poppy players. The
Kind of
downside
doubt
is
that
you're
Bard
playing
Yunara is
the
going to
Xayah
work
and
very
Ryze as
well,
the two
but
main carries
what do
of
I
KC
know?
here.
Never
Who
played
really
Bard.
don't mind playing
And
into
I am a
this Poppy
support main,
whatsoever. So that's why, for me, I would prefer to see this Poppy going into the support role, where it's less of an important pick, and then for your jungle and top, you can really have two champions that will make this Xayah and Ryze's life miserable.
It's just like what's left in towards the jungle, though, unless we're looking at something like maybe Razork goes towards something like the Ivern, which could potentially work here. It's something that I think is worked brilliantly for him in the past, and he's able to set up
has already been picked,
will enable this Yunara to really pop off too. And you could even then slot the Aurora in towards Poppy if you really want to, and just kind of set yourselves up with another potential AD pick in the top lane for Oscarina.
Most of the jungle picks have already been picked.
I was thinking something like the Xayah, don't want that, right? There's no point for Xayah. So Skana, Sejuani, not the best into Xayah.
Jace is still free, by the way. But then again,
we
already got
Aurora.
I think you really need to be creative here as the top side of Fnatic, because if you just go the box standard like Bruiser,
Fnatic are gonna pick with a support,
easy for the Xayah and Ryze to play the game. All the
or maybe they're gonna pick a jungle and then
DPS, and it's hard for Fnatic to play. So I'd love to see something like the Ivern, something that's more
We'll see.
creative.
I think what you could do is take the Ivern,
I believe Poppy deserves a more laid-back pick. Something that he's more used to.
And a ton of shielding for
Vladimir is still free.
Kind of have to play into a certain extent because they are so low.
Morgana middle can also be played.
It's
still free.
That Oscar did pretty well. Then you have a bit more front line.
Zyra is free for jungle. They want to go that direction.
It's gonna be a top lane blind pick here instead of jungle. I don't know what happened to KC over the break, but
Gwen is still free for top lane, mind you.
There is an argument that they think
Renata. Okay, so that is a Poppy jungle. And we're probably looking at a mid laner. Because Oscar really is playing quite a lot of Aurora top. So I kind of doubt that Poppy's going to take the Aurora, but it's never impossible. But it's most likely going to be a mid lane pick for Fnatic now. The Aurora is going top.
I want to see what we get with this 5th pick here. I mean,
Mel. Okay,
wow,
yeah.
it could be the Mel.
Fiddlesticks.
It could be so many different things.
No way.
It's the Fiddlesticks. That would be
No way.
insane. I think Mickey's just having
Gwen,
fun
Gwen, yeah, Gwen. Gwen versus Aatrox is a very good matchup on the top lane, and Yike is picking Ivern because he has no other choice. So yeah. Nice. Gwen top, Poppy jungle. In middle we got Aurora, and on the bot lane he's basically Renata Yunar. And on the other side, we got Aatrox top, Ivern jungle, with Rice mid, and Zarakan dual bot lane. That is gonna be interesting, not gonna lie, but I believe that Fnatic has a little bit of a better draft. Even though the support is kinda to be fair, like the Renata is kinda I would have preferred to see Pike there, but this is what it is. They can do whatever they want. What can I say? And also Jinx is still free, so they could have picked Jinx. So maybe Jinx is gonna be the last game if it even gets to that. Which I hope. I really hope that it doesn't get to that. I really hope that Fnatic closes it out in here and still nobody picked Smolder. Nobody. Not even banned. I don't understand why they're not picking the ticking time bomb. They freaking picked Zeri, brother. Zeri. Nobody's playing Zeri since last year. And wouldn't you know it, Fnatic picked it, and they won with it. What can I say?
It's such a hard Poppy game for Razork. He's one of the best Poppy players in our league, but finding champions in this game and not just getting one shot in a team fight if you go in, it's gonna be really, really difficult for him as we head into game number 4.
That's gonna be interesting.
Has not lost a game on the Poppy this year, has only played 2. 100% win rate there for Razork. Let's jump onto Summoner's Rift. It's game 4. It's do or die for KC.
Come on, Fnatic. We can do it.
In the LEC for the rest of this year.
Who are we? FNC.
2 games. You are very
Hell
close.
Yeah.
You're very close to losing 2 games in a row.
Don't say it like that.
Down to, hey, like, this is Fnatic we're talking about.
Fnatic we're talking about, that's true.
They've been 7 years in the desert. They have been praying for mana from heaven. And yes, they make worlds every time, but the first 2 games of this series were so damn convincing.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of Fnatic faithful out there that are saying, hey, like,
we can win
Nah,
this.
Fnatic are gonna get it. I believe in them.
G2 is next up.
Yeah.
I believe in my boys.
If you lose now,
They can do it.
Suddenly all that enthusiasm. Yeah.
Wait.
you remember the years after years after years of being so close, but not quite close enough.
And we're so close to maybe getting Poby versus Faker. And we're so close. 1 game for the Fnatic.
Wait, can I
folks,
actually?
but can they do it here, or can KC continue that march on the reverse?
Okay.
That's very true, Rob. And I also want to just take stock of the 2 drafts here, because for me, I really like a lot
Nah,
of
that
what
looks
both
weird
teams
as
have
shit.
constructed.
No.
I think for the top side in Oscar, you have this lane matchup that you can look to bully, you can look to dash forward, and Gwen can get a lead. And for the same in the bot side, with this range support into the Rakan, you can look to bully that as well. The only worry I have as the game progresses later and later on, I feel like you get into a similar situation as last game, where if KC just group up as 5, it's so hard for Fnatic to find any angle to actually go onto them, and it's so easy for KC to just run them down and steamroll the game.
Especially in a game where you can go double redemption pretty easily. Like, if you're not killing people quickly in that fight, double redemption at
That's gonna be
kind
of hard.
For the Ivern eventually is just going to make it
That
so
is
hard
gonna be
to
kind of
actually
hard.
kill anyone
Not
off.
gonna lie,
I don't
but
see anyone
they
on
can pull it
Fnatic
off.
that has an easy Serpent's Fang route. I don't see anyone that can get that shield cut. And when
Okay.
you have an Ivern there,
Okay,
it's
that was a
gonna
nice
be
poke.
really tricky later on in
Nice
the game.
poke.
He'll use by
Okay.
Targamas, though. Good handshake out of Mickey to pull him back.
Yeah,
I don't know if you
great
noticed,
early
but
by Fnatic thus far.
whenever you see Zarakan, keep in mind that Rakan has a larger range for his E compared to Rakan playing with other champions than Xayah in bot lane.
Never really going to be able to do
His
that.
range, like his E range is shorter if it's not Xayah. But if it's Xayah, the range is obviously bigger.
Already walking in, he has 30 seconds to spare. Will be spotted on a ward. Can go back, come back out, and still be in time for the Scuttle Crab, which is not something you see from too many junglers. Poby there using that twofold Hex really effectively onto Vlad. He continues to chip away at him. It's the passive of Aurora that does a huge amount of the damage, and they did nerf the max HP damage out of it, but they gave her some compensation buffs in just the AP scaling.
Yeah, especially when you compare it with the Electrocute, it just makes it so difficult to try and play into her, and you've got that nice little bit of a range advantage over Vladdy too, so with Poby having that control over mid, even forcing the reset from Vladdy, means that Razork should be able to control this Scuttle Crab on the bottom side, with Mickey even coming across the help.
Mickey's doing perfectly well for now.
For me, the signing of him was
so I can't really judge him
I understood that humanoid, everything,
too much
really
right now.
Out, but I didn't think Poby
Oscar is taking
but
damage, but then again,
really the board.
he can deal a little bit more damage, I believe. Oscar, 1v1, can actually pull it off. Go Oscar, nice! First blood for Oscar. Hell yeah.
Oscar finds the solo kill, is now upsets in trouble.
They gotta run. They gotta run there.
They
gotta run there.
But
They got ganked, which is a little bit of a problem for the bot lane, but they can pull it off.
It's incredible, this glow up he's having in Madrid.
I believe in them. They can pull it off.
Feels like a different player we're watching. He's so aggressive, flashes in so early as Mickey looks for the cancel here.
Beautiful stun for Mickey, but he does need
He
to
has
get
to
out
run.
He has to flash in the
He
air.
has to run. He has no
You
choice.
can understand it. Doesn't want the enemy bot lane to reset. It was a great handshake, but banning your flash, not the best into a Rakan lane.
Yeah, definitely as you start to move on as well,
kinda,
and
yeah.
I can try and move in towards this bottom side. There is so much CC on this bottom half of the map. At least he does have the spell book, so maybe able to swap into something that can help him out, but I think Yike just found a new target on the map.
I've never really tried Yunar, by the way.
Yeah,
I've always
overall,
wanted to, but I never really got
kind of disappeared from
like
this gank and
back
from this
into
pressure that
League
Yike
again.
Put onto Fnatic, which
So
is
I'm
a
just
bit of a
watching
shame when you're playing this
esports
range matchup
of
into the
League.
Rakan. You'd really like to bully out in the early game, but
Pretty much.
overall, it's not the end
I
of the
haven't
world.
opened
You're
up
still
League in
playing
about
really high-scaling
2
ADC
months,
in the form of Yunar,
roughly.
So you're still chilling.
And what the fuck did I did last time whenever I opened up League? I played A around. Because I don't want to commit to a whole... Nice. To a whole competitive game.
I can't believe it.
It's absurd. Like, what has he been eating? How long did he sleep? What anime is he watching? Like, anyone who is coaching Fnatic right now, write everything down you can. Because Oscar is taking this game into his own hands.
But it's against Kana. Kana has been so good for KC this entire year. And Oscar is just putting him in the dirt over and over.
Oh yeah.
That may just be the focal point now for Fnatic to get that wage into KC.
And the thing is, it's not just the 2 solo kills. He has a 20 CS lead as well. Nearly a 1k gold lead at 6 minutes. This is like unheard of.
The Academy Award for Best Actor in a Leading Role goes to Oscar, it seems, as he continues to dominate the top lane. And those are words that I thought would not be spoken today. For Fnatic, the question is, can you use this domination to continue the wins in this series? Oscar in enforcing Kana back. Yike having to spend much more time around the top lane than perhaps he expected. Razork is here. There's no vision for Kana. No flash for him either. The World Enders world is perhaps about to collapse. You die under tower here. It is just doomed. No escape. He brings out the wings.
0-3.
He needs an angel to save him. Starts to dash away. Razork still looking for the chase. Gets slow with a hammer shock. Keeps on going and snip.
Hell yeah.
Slices him in half.
Well done.
The lifeblood of
Well
KC
done.
has been left all over the top side of the
Fnatic are just gonna bury them in the dirt,
Look at a
I'm
dragon
telling you.
as a consolation prize. But this
Fnatic are definitely gonna bury them in the dirt.
With that, Fnatic might have just cut KC's chances at Worlds with this astonishing Gwen performance from Oscar, as he's now getting a double the CS of Kana. He's gotten 2 plates, and yes, KC get the Drake, but it's not enough to stop the bleeding.
Oh, Kalist flashing forward. You can see KC think they need to do something. Targamas looking for it as well, but
Maybe
now Kalist has no flash. Will have
you
the
can
feather
try
sword.
and be
His
T1's
back
top
pocket to try
laner
and escape
for
the
maybe a
clutches
year
of
or
Fnatic.
2,
I think the
perhaps.
question
I
now
have
is
no
if
idea
you're
how
Razork, do you say,
how
okay,
long
Oscar,
has Kana
you're
stayed
late, I
in
can go and place this
T1,
obvious keep.
but you're now in EU.
Getting Kana
And want it or not,
such a deep hole that
you
no
are
ladder
gonna
can
suck
bring him out of it.
eventually.
So
the more you get used to the EU, the more you start sucking.
Have to use his ultimate in that last fight. So if you even peek your nose in here as Yike, it's going to get snipped off immediately. And from Fnatic then, as you say, you just start to lean all that pressure elsewhere.
Simple as
Oscar
that,
has
unfortunately.
so much control over this top half. And now Upset taking the fight against Kalist.
Kalist has to have the heal used there by Targamas. The chase will continue. Good blade caller back. Will get the route onto Upset. Grub's going over to
I have no doubt that we're gonna win this.
You know who's very happy about
boys
that?
can pull it off.
Gwen in the top lane who has total control over her matchup. Those plates, oh, he's eating them for dinner, I'm going to be honest, and I don't think Ceramic tastes that good, but Oscar will be happy with the gold it gives him.
I mean, this game and this series in general just makes me so excited to see what Fnatic can both do. Like, if they win this and further into Worlds, like, the Fnatic that has players and a game plan where they can play around all three players, not just around Upset and Mickey.
What can I say, dude?
Really
Like, he's doing his job perfectly well.
Feels like threefold what we saw before.
The Rise is what I'm worried about. They're gonna try and gank him. They're gonna try and gank, which is never gonna be easy. Hell yeah. Nice. He wasted a flash, but that was good.
And that was 2 flashes. That was Vladdy and Yike, and they both flashed. And all they
He's just laughing at them.
And the loser of this is Kalist. Look at him on that bottom side, running for the tier 2, knowing Fnatic are going to look for the counter punch. And it's now bleeding over from the top lane towards Upset in that bottom half of the map as his own gold lead starts to spike.
Yeah, for KC, you are finding any port in any storm right now. The CS you get is the prize you can have. As
The third is ours.
Spend time around top, so instead he will make
I mean, kinda. Not exactly, but kinda.
a living nightmare. This is the sort of start Fnatic want. This is what they had.
More than a half of the turret's HP is down. 3 turret plates, or is it 4? I believe it's 3. I have no fucking idea. Or maybe it's 4. I have no fucking idea, but the thing is the turret plates are down. It's 3 turret plates, okay. 3 turret plates on the bottom lane are down.
I didn't think Fnatic was going to win, and even if they did win, I never imagined it like this.
It's not done yet.
It's not
That's
done
all
yet.
we can say. It is a massive lead, almost a full level for Oscar Inin and 2,000 gold at 10 minutes.
You shouldn't have pulled the fucking feathers. Not right now.
There are still avenues back.
That was a little bit too early.
They do still have good team fighting. It's still hard to get on the rise, to get on the Zaya because of
Look how they're just staring down each other.
Where you kind of have to try and use Vladdy with this ultimate and again continue to overforce him aside. But the engage is there.
Charm coming out as well. Hostile takeover only going to hit on
be easy.
Targamas. They're all able to dodge away. Upset
The Yunara needs more damage. She doesn't have items. Not yet.
The top lane kind of has 3 minions. Yike is here though. Perhaps the 2v2 might be enough for KC, but Razzle's not going to let Yike have it. Slams him into the wall. Yike should be able to defend Kana here as there's only 2 minions left. And the wave will be pushed back. Razzle just keeping Yike here for now. Vladdy's starting to move from mid, but doesn't have Realm Warp right now.
It's so close to being up, but even just that pressure, I think should be Fnatic needing to get out. Actually, he ends up cancelling it as Bobby goes to follow. But at least KC will keep Kana alive for the moment.
Yeah, I think that mid-prow there from Vladdy was crucial, because if you swap that around, if Poby can move
Gwen
up first,
almost
that's an
has
easy
hurt
dive for
the
Fnatic
injury.
with how
Oh
much
no.
damage they have on Oscar
Riftmaker is
Inin.
built.
With Vladdy
Nice.
being able to play the safeguard a little bit, help his team out there, at least stops that bleed.
No, Gwen is just gonna be the hyper carry of the game. I mean, look at Fnatic. They got the Riftmaker. They got the what kind of spear was that one?
I don't think
Some
it's
spear
topside.
surgeon.
Honestly, I think if 2 people show up there,
forgot
maybe Oscar Rinin's time to shine. So for
But
KC,
Yunara has a
I think it's
Kraken
putting
Slayer,
resources into Kalista
which is
on the
nice.
side,
Attack
trying
speed,
to punish
basically.
Upset while he doesn't have that cleanse available.
I forgot what that spear that the Poppy has was called. They've been changing its name so many times that I've already forgotten what the fuck it was called.
But the power that Oscar's had through this early game as Razzle's caught just a little bit. Targamas and Yike looking for this trade. Will be a 3v3 fight. Razzle already down to half HP. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Oscar Inin continues to wail away on that tower. About a 2k gold lead overall for him. It has
Standard Sky, Standard Sky.
It's harder for Oscar
Standard
to take
Sky.
those final couple of plates, but they're about to start to fall off in a minute's time. And
Before it was called the Divine Sunder or something like that, I've forgotten.
Kana struggling. Kana with a
The Standard Sky for Poppy is a very useful item.
And this was... They chose to
And she already has
pick him
small
this Aatrox.
boots, basically.
immediately with the cleanse quickness coming out as well from Targamas as he tries to get away.
Look at that. Look at that. They're managing to chunk them out. Maybe not kill them, but chunk them out. To the point that KC just deciding, wait a minute, that ain't worth it.
Targamas does have TP, so they could look to TP back and contest this.
The faster they realize it, the better for us.
Still has the feather storm.
Basically.
Upset's used that transcend oneself. His ultimate has been invested.
Upset is stuck
Vladdy has realm warp, as you say. Upset unable to join the fight right now. Vladdy's going to separate.
Come on, dude.
From the rest of his team. Keeper's verdict gets rid of Vladdy.
Come on, dude.
Him.
Nice. He's dead. Hell yeah. Yep. Zaz dead. Hell yeah. Well done.
Fnatic just keep finding every opportunity.
That's it. GG.
Punish KC getting 2 free kills.
You have 2-0 Aurora and you have 3-0 Gwen.
So hard.
Keep in mind that the 3-0 happened before the 10th minute of the game. So that's a GG. That's a 30-minute game. 30 or 40-minute game. But I believe that Fnatic can close it out in 30 if they actually know what they're doing.
They can't do anything to Oscar in it.
But knowing how the games in EU work, it's probably gonna take like 40 minutes for them to close out the game. But we'll see. I predict that the game is gonna end between 30 and 45 minutes.
Dragon has gone the way of Fnatic as well. Like, how do you try and fight back as KC?
It's so difficult, and this Herald is going to go the way for Fnatic as well. It
Yeah,
really
they're gonna
feels
get
like
the
we need
Herald.
to utilize this Rise, get a
yeah,
crazy
no
numbers
doubt about
advantage,
that.
get a good engage, something along the lines of that. Otherwise, it's
Hell yeah.
too difficult.
And now,
Bang.
as you say, you get the Rift Herald to try and make plays around mid. Oscar Renning gets the reset, and Nerdy has a second item already completed.
Well, the Poppy has the marks already.
And as soon
Okay.
as he plonks himself into a side lane, that is just going to escalate even further. And late game Gwen is just such a menace, even with the nerf that came through a while ago. She just feels unstoppable.
Yeah, the thing is, normally you'd be like, oh, if
Hell yeah.
enemy top has such a big lead, he will get outscaled or something, right? He played an early game chat. No, he's playing like probably the best scaling top laner in the game. It's really dire for KC, and they need to be the magicians this game and find some magic. And they haven't shown that capability thus far in this series.
Really haven't. Kana still looking here. TP coming in by Vladdy. They want this bounty. 325 extra gold on Oscar in his head. There's the Rune Prison. Needlework coming out from Oscar in as he tries to survive. Redemption as well. Used by KC. The quickness. He dodges it. He dodges it. Still gets charmed in the end. He will be shut down.
Nice.
Vladdy's Rise claims the prize of Oscar's life. But meanwhile, on the bot side, the Rift Herald charges in. It's a tier 2
Bonk.
for Oscar for Fnatic.
And there's pressure in
There
the
we
mid
go.
lane as well. They
The
do need to
third
back
is done.
off, as you can see. They're trying to get the pressure on towards Fnatic themselves. Upset just trying to make sure that he can connect on towards the waves. Will be able to clear it out. But a tier 2
Yunar has
already for
items.
Fnatic.
The thing
But
is, she
KC
doesn't
were
have
able to
kills.
find the magic that they needed.
Otherwise,
at least
even the
they got
Yunar is
one
gonna deal
side of pressure.
more
Now they had
damage.
to drop the tier 2 for it, but now Mickey looking for
expect?
Yike.
Lands a handshake, pulls him back, slammed into the wall. Yikes.
Hell yeah. Nice.
Trigger C
First
will
kill for
save you.
Upset.
Dashing across the wall as Targamas lands a grand entrance. Good double knockup. Coming out. In the end, Targamas will be able to battle dance his way away.
And you can see the confidence on Mickey. He has the spellbook cleanse, and he's just walking forward alongside Razor. You can see they're taking every bush. They're taking all the space in K-Corp's jungle, and no place is K-Corp's own.
And we've gone from it being a 2,000 gold lead to Oscar, everywhere else relatively even, to almost 1,000 in every lane apart from support. Fnatic have translated the pressure that Oscar was able to singularly manufacture and now have put it across the entire map.
Mickey's
And it's
003.
because KC knew they had to try and shut him down.
What
but
can I
by
say?
putting so much
He's doing
investment
his
in
job
towards
perfectly
Oscar
well.
Rennan, Razor got to play elsewhere. Now they, with that tier 2 down in the bottom lane, they can continue to push that wave super deep on the bottom side. Lean in that pressure into the bottom
has
jungle,
an item and boots and is going to be building a second item pretty soon. Yunara has 2 items and boots, building a third item. That's nice. Granada has boots
really hard to
and an item.
KC taking any fight right now and being able to win it. They really need to continue trying to utilize this rise for split push, but you can see as soon as Fnatic start to send out some numbers, Vladdy immediately needs to ulti away. And now without that Realm Warp, it's so difficult to actually try to pressure aside or give Kana any sort of relief.
Second item
you really need
and boots.
Multiple miracles, to be honest, to be able to win a game like this.
But I believe that even with those 2 items, he's still gonna do a lot. I mean, look at his fucking Riftmaker, dude, and his stats.
The Drake is up in 10 seconds time. And I think
if that's not a GG, then I don't know what the fuck that is. If Fnatic managed to fuck that thing up, then I don't fucking know, dude.
They'll be really happy if they can get that. But KC getting that early dragon will delay Fnatic's plans and securing the early 4. Meanwhile, you can see Vladdy, Yike, and Targamas all setting up towards that top side, trying to get any vision in they can. We talk about doing something on the opposite side of the map, finding something for yourselves. They are doing that. They got a little bit of vision in. Oscar winning clears it away.
Oscar no W here, but he's so strong and so high level that even though KC will be able to get this top tower here most likely and get that objective bounty.
And it's good for KC.
Yeah.
They got as much as they could out of that trade in my estimations, at least assuming they take the tower down, they'll get a bounty for it. They don't quite get the tower, but it does fall in the end to the
yeah, but look at who's waiting for them.
And the gold lead shrinks to about 4K.
Oh god. Oh god. They're dead, man. They're dead, man.
Again regain that gold lead of 5K.
And KC found the tower, but they lost it all for it.
Lucky escape.
2 members end up going down. And
lucky escape.
Not let anyone go unpunished. If you try to take an objective from them, they will catch you.
It's such a good play from Fnatic. The collapse was already there since they pushed in mid. And upset has started to move across. And Poby getting across thanks to that Hextech gate gets the perfect cutoff point. And Fnatic just run them down. There is nothing that KC can do. It is into the meat grinder, and Fnatic are making bank off the back.
It's Razor's willingness just to flash in as well. They know that if they're all there, they just win the fight. Arakan begun. We've seen games thrown around this as the TP comes in from Oscar in, and he will join the fight. 2 items, upgraded boots. KC. If you can steal this, perhaps it keeps you in the game as Targamas and Yike will begin to step forward. Oscar does the same. Realm Warp coming out just to distract Fnatic.
Oh, come on. Razork, nice. Well done. Well done.
On the wrong side of the wall. Dumps back in with a flash handshake back. He's going to heal up with that Thunder Sky. Oscar's going to have to use the cleanse. Oscar able to dash away. Meanwhile, Mickey's sacrificing himself for the team.
It looked a little dicey, but Fnatic, they managed to escape. They end up forcing the Otacon, but KC finding these small moments, and Poby not really in a position gave KC at least the chance to get a pick, but Fnatic get away with the Otacon.
A root caller out from Yike. He's going to get chased down by Razork here. But the rest of KC are beginning to collapse. The red buff maybe needs to be forfeited here by Razork. Don't need to go for that root caller out from Yike. They'll steal away the red. Oscar in escapes, has his flash back up. So even if he was caught in a precarious spot, would have been able to extricate himself.
And you really see in this fight the power of KC's comp. Oscar goes a little bit too deep, which ends up costing him dearly. And you see that if KC can kite back, their carries are still very strong with this Rise and Cyan, with the Ivern healing and shielding the Aatrox.
Yeah, but the good thing is that they managed to only get Mickey and nobody else. Meanwhile, we got like 1 or 2 kills off of that. Maybe we didn't got anything. I don't know.
Yeah, just a little bit greedy.
No, we didn't get anything.
I think Oscar in trying to make space, but
it is what it is. Yunara has 2 kills. I'm happy about that. Basically 2-0.
As soon as that's down and it's
so that's okay.
Just walks, like, accepts that he's gonna
Kana is 1-3, bro. Nah, there ain't no coming back from that. There ain't no coming back from that.
They did get Otacon. There's now Dragon in 2 minutes time. You're starting to see like so many huge.
Dude, Nara has 600 lead, brother. Not to mention the top and the jungle. 1.5 onto 1,000.
Or maybe on the bottom side might be the focus.
I think they're looking for Vladdy instead. Doesn't have the flash and has no tower.
He's dead.
Safety. Realm Warp out. Mickey's going to flash. Misses the handshake. Good Realm Warp out by Vladdy. Gets himself out of a very sticky spot.
And I want to add on to what you said, Rob. It's very nice that Fnatic got the Atakan, but at the same time, the gold lead was all the way up at 6K and has already now halved to 3K. So it's been a great comeback for KC thus far. And if you choose, like if I have to choose, if I'm 6K down to drop an Atakan to get 3K back, I mean, I'll take that every day.
I very much agree with you. I think it's a question that began to ring in my mind a little bit with the Ambessa game, which is how good are Fnatic at playing through a fed Oscarinin? And they were pretty good in that game, like it ended up working for them, but here, like Oscarinin is the key advantage. Probably was a team, Kalist, that's a lot of damage. Weird coming out, between worlds goes Poby, but they just don't quite have it. Trick-or-Seed as well used on Kalist alongside the Redemption just to top him up. KC collapsing in this board to make sure that their AD carry stays safe.
Still getting a lot of control on this topside jungle, and that's where Oscarinin is going to be putting the pressure with the Aatrox. If they can continue to lend that pressure to the Oscarinin, well, that's your answer, right? They're able to get him access to towers to do what he needs to do. But at the moment, Fnatic are struggling to try and play from Oscarinin to mid and get this mid lane turret down.
I think it's much harder this game because you don't have the same triggers that they had in game 1, where it was really easy for them to start a fight at will. But you see here, even when Poby gets onto Kalist, there's so much healing and shielding that he has to get through, and so little CC on Fnatic's side that it's really hard for them to actually be the ones to start a fight. As they look onto Yike here.
Oh, the Poppy.
They look for the damage onto Yike.
Nice.
Don't really want to step past
That's a nice damage, but they're... Oh wait, no, they're 4v4.
Fnatic do have prio on that mid lane wave though,
They
so
want to
they
fight
can
for
try and
Drake.
take the tower if they want. Second Dragon of the game for KC if they take this, but they are going to get slowed up
Not
by
sure
that
if I'm a
Hexstreak.
fan of that.
A little bit tricky to work
But the
around
Poppy
it.
still has a
Oscarinin
smite.
looking to engage,
Okay.
trying to keep them at bay. Keeper's Verdict coming out. Only
Nice!
Oh my god.
That's a Drake for FNC. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Beautiful by Razor.
It's a home run for Razork as he knocks away so many members of KC.
Hell fucking yeah.
Get the mid tower. Going to be happy to get a few of his mates home.
And Razor did that while it was 4v5. Upset
They're gonna
was
try to
just
fight
silently
for
hitting
Baron
this
as
mid
well.
tower, bringing it all the way from nearly full HP to nearly dead now. And they get the third Drake, only one away from Soul.
And the thing about that is, it pulls KC to a dragon fight. And if you say, okay, Oscar, push top, we're going to start to set up around the Drake. KC have to be there, because you cannot give away Hex Soul into Yannara, into Aurora. It's so difficult for you in those fights. And so now Fnatic have a slew of options before them. Do we just want to go for a tier 2? Do we want to go for a tier 3? Can we keep Fnatic around the fight? Will a Keeper's Verdict change how that outlook looks? Still only, well, I say only, still a 4,000 gold lead for Fnatic, but it has shrunk from the gargantuan advantage they had earlier on in this game.
Yeah, and it's important to note that as the game gets longer
4K
and longer,
gold lead is still
gold
fine.
lead kind of shrinks naturally as everybody gets more gold and the relative difference is smaller. But I want to say that I think I really agree with you. The onus now is on Fnatic. They have the potential to kind of checkmate KC if they play their lane assignments right now, if they play their pressure right. And KC kind of know it. So what they want to do is they want to fight immediately, looking for the Realm Warp.
Poby going away. Vladdy couldn't quite get the flash.
That was a little bit pointless, not gonna lie.
Aurora enough.
They are grouped up, but then again, they
Yeah,
can't
KC
really
needs to try and send some. The Mickey might be caught here
win
though.
currently, or
Definitely
maybe
caught.
they can get one kill.
Redemption's gonna heal
Okay,
him
so
up
they're
top.
fighting now. They're fighting here. I really hope that Fnatic actually wins the team fight, because they actually do have damage and they're doing perfectly well. It's just the range is not there a little bit.
Mid tower, or Oscarinin just takes the inhibitor in their faces.
And that's
Nice.
the checkmate that we're
Good
seeing
one for
here.
Oscar.
KC are left with only bad options
Hell yeah.
as they try to look for plays, but they can't find them, and they just keep getting pushed in on sides.
Hell
They keep
fucking
being
yeah.
drowned in the pressure of Oscarinin.
And now he's 2,500 gold ahead, taking that tier 3. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, that tower likely to fall just to the minion wave. Gold extends for Fnatic above that 5k mark. Drake 2.5 minutes away. Soul point already for Fnatic would be sold for them if they can get it. The Baron, the key target now. you have to feel. Mickey trying to set up vision around it. It's a little tricky as Renata. You're nowhere near as tanky as an Alistair. You don't have the mobility of something like a Rakan, so you have to be a bit cautious.
They have to either kill Yike or be very fast with the smite on the Baron if they're doing a Baron fight. But I kind of doubt that it's going to be as easy as that.
Trying to move away from the bush that Oscarinnen's hiding in. Oscarinnen knows if he can get that solo kill, that opens up Baron or it opens up a Nexus turret.
You can see Oscarinnen continuing to push in both now. Just Ghana has to just watch him push the wave, even with Kalist hovering slightly. It's just so difficult for him.
Oscar would like a little bit more vision around that blue side if he can get it. There's a couple of wards there for him, but it's easy enough for KC to make tracks towards him without being seen. And if you can get vision on the top side, then that also alleviates that problem because you know that KC are in their top side jungle. But at the moment, Fnatic don't have the deep vision you really need to push an inhibitor solo lane. Especially
when you've got the realm warp from Vladdy as well. Like if Vladdy shows up on that bottom side and then can realm warp whoever his cohort is up towards the Baron again. Plus, Targamas has TP, Vladdy's TP, Kana has TP, so you have enough members there that can make a play and still control the rest of the map.
Interesting to see Yike going for the Medjais here instead of parts of the Dawn Core. Wow. I think he knows the next fight they need to win, and if they do win it, he needs the bonus stats from the Medjais to really help carry them through the rest of the game. We have a minute on the Drake Baron still available to these two teams.
I mean, buying Medjais when you're behind like this is very smart for the reason that you said, that it just allows you to have that exponential comeback.
Bobby and Mickey have the flash on F. Hell yeah.
I mean,
hell yeah, I'm not alone.
It's very difficult.
In that.
For KC, if they lose this next fight, I think it's just done. For Fnatic, if they lose it, they can take a step, regroup, come back in 5 minutes and play around the next Drake. If they lose that fight, then things really begin to sway in KC's favor.
Yeah, I think scaling-wise is still definitely, I favor KC quite a bit as this Ryze and Sai are continuing to get stronger. Ivern is continuing to do a lot more. And Gwen, while she is incredibly strong, her teammates, I think Poppy and Aurora will really not have the damage to deal with this shielding and healing that Ivern is providing.
But Fnatic have bought the time they need. Oscarinnen continues to pushing in. Dragon now spawned. It's the Soul. And there, batters up, and they're gone.
Yeah, only on to Targamas though. Poby still backing in the top side. Drake begun by Fnatic.
That was a little bit too early.
They can finish it.
With Daisy, Poby
but they can get the Drake, I believe.
That
was Orc. Nice. They can turn it into a fight. Nice. Nice, nice. That was a nice gather. That was a nice gather. Nice. That's a GG. Well done, FNC. Nice. Nice.
And Fnatic is better. Fnatic is star and worlds.
Somehow, some way, this Fnatic has shown up today, and KC have been stunned. The LEC have been shocked, and it has been rocked.
No defense left for KC.
Hell fucking yeah. We're going to Worlds. Hell fucking yeah.
Not well, It's unbelievable, unbelievable what we've witnessed today. What a series from Oscarinnen. Oh my god.
What a series from Fnatic as a whole.
Yeah.
Patient, aggressive in the early stages. Everything felt calculated. And even when KC were trying to find some crack in the armor, there was just nothing there. This felt like a different Fnatic.
But what a tragic loss for K-Corp. After winning in winter, showing such great promise with Kalist and Vladdy, not even making it to Worlds. It feels tragic for them.
It really does. You can vote for one of the Fnatic players, though, in your Kia Player of the Series vote. No, you can't. You can vote for Oscar Bennett in your Kia Player of the Series vote, guys. Like, Razzle Upset played really well, but the evolution of Oscar, the level that he played today compared to what we have seen from him is just...
And he solo carried this last game.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%.
That is definitely an Oscar W, dude. Definitely. Hell fucking yeah.
Just incredible from him. And if he continues this, it's amazing. Obviously, it's one series. He did also play really well in the GX series.
Yes.
I will say, it continues to go step by step, but what a day for him. In front of his home crowd as well, in front of his family. Like, I don't often like to say that I'm proud of a player because it feels like bias, but having watched how much hate he has got over the years and now seeing this, like, I'm proud of Oscar today. That was an incredible performance.
It's an emotional story for sure. And it's just all the pieces aligning so well here in his home, in front of his crowd, in front of his family. It's just beautiful.
And to net his ticket to Worlds as well. Like, to keep the Fnatic legacy alive. 9 straight Worlds appearances now for this organization. Few organizations in the world can rival. And to have Oscar Rinnan at that helm, and to now carry that forward over the rest of the weekend.
They're probably going to have an interview with him. However, I'm going to miss a little bit of it because I got to go use the restroom, and I'm going to be right back in a second, okay? Okay.
Potential finals, like, this is incredible for every Fnatic fan.
Yeah, truly an amazing performance by Fnatic on the day. We will leave tomorrow for tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Asleep, who knows? Maybe that's what resets him. Maybe he's like, oh, I really hope too much. I really hope too. Because it was such a great performance from Fnatic. For KC, huge commiserations. I think after how well they played in winter, after how well they played at first stand, the expectations were incredibly high on this roster. We know they've had some issues over the last couple of weeks as well, over the last split. But I think a lot of the players on that roster deserved their chance to prove themselves at Worlds. We'll see what they can do when they come back next year. We're going to hand it over to Shox and Noir, who are standing atop the mountain with our 2 Spaniards. Take it away.
Thank you very much. Madrid, can I hear you for Fnatic, for Razor, and for Oscar? Wow. We are here in the Marriott Bonvoy post-game interview, and the first thing I have to ask Razor is about what it means to you. ¿Qué significa para ti clasificarte para el Mundial aquí, en tu España, en tu Madrid? Puedes responder en español o en inglés.
A ver, para mí clasificarme al Mundial, siempre que me he metido en Fnatic, no nos hemos perdido el Mundial nunca, entonces yo creo que era una obligación clasificarse al Mundial. Sí que estábamos en una situación un poco complicada después de perder contra Koi, pero confiaba en el equipo, sé que este tío hoy se ha sacado muchísimo. Y bueno, ganar en Madrid para mí es un honor, la verdad, lo he disfrutado muchísimo, espero que mañana también ganemos y podré llegar a la final.
So Shox just asked what it means to Razor to win here in Spain, not only in Spain, in Madrid, his town, and he just said that it's always so important and so emotional. He never missed Worlds since he joined Fnatic. It was mandatory for them to win today, and moreover, he trusted Oscar besides him. He knew that he was going to deliver. And now, my question, Oscar, enhorabuena, la verdad. Ha sido un largo camino hasta aquí. ¿Qué significa también para ti, te lo voy a preguntar, ganar hoy aquí, clasificarte a los mundiales aquí, también delante de la grada que te ha visto crecer desde que estabas en Superliga y delante de tu familia? ¿Qué significa para ti?
La verdad es que es una locura jugar aquí delante de la gente española. La verdad es que me siento muy orgulloso del amor que me da la gente y todo, y de jugar aquí, de poder performear bien y jugar como he jugado y bueno. También llegar al Mundial es como una obligación para Fnatic, aunque lo tenemos complicado, lo hacemos y obviamente no podemos perder contra el equipo francés, así que bueno, lo hemos hecho, mañana a ver qué tal.
So I just asked Oscar kind of the same question, what does it mean for him to win here today in front of his family? Moreover, and he just said that always it's mandatory for Fnatic to qualify for Worlds. It was hard for them after losing versus Koi, but he said that it was impossible for them to lose against the French team in front of the Spanish crowd.
Yeah, I see that. But next up, I do want to ask a little bit more about your performance specifically, Oscar, because I think this is one of the best series I have ever seen you play. Estuviste increíble hoy. ¿Por qué estás tan bueno hoy contra Kada?
No sé, o sea, llevo una semana que estoy como que me cuesta dormir por las noches solo de pensar en hoy y me he preparado muchísimo y la verdad es que tenía muy buen feeling, creo que últimamente estoy jugando muy bien y bueno, hoy la verdad es que ha sido muy fácil, no sé, es como que jugaba solo.
Okay, so Shock just asked about what happened today to Oscar with his performance. He brings a brilliant today compared to other days because she's a non-believer, and I have to say that out loud. Okay, so Oscar just said, yeah, well, and Oscar just said that he had, you know, bad days, you know, to sleep, thinking of stuff today, but that it felt good today, and he said that it was so easy. Razor, mañana tenéis un partido complicado. Hoy la grada ha estado con vosotros. Mañana puede que no sea así. ¿Qué vibra te da ese partido mañana contra Movistar COI?
Me da la vibra del road trip, de ser una serie intensa de pelotas y bueno, que a lo mejor en esta vez no perdamos porque se nos quede el nexo a un autoataque. Esta vez es un mejor de 5, así que espero que sean buenas partidas. Yo a los de COI los respeto un montón y los quiero un montón, aparte de que tengo bastantes amigos allí. Así que les deseo la mejor de las suertes para mañana, pero este tío va a ir directo a por Mirwin.
So my question for Razor was about the series for tomorrow. Today the crowd was with them, but tomorrow it may be not the same for Fnatic. So he said that the vibes for him were like similar as of the road trip, so he expects really intense games. Maybe for Fnatic not to leave one Nexus to one hit, it would be good, but he's willing to fight Movistar COI. He has a lot of respect for them, but that he must be aware of the beast that he's on the top lane from Fnatic.
And of course, I have to ask if you have anything to say to Mirwin tomorrow. ¿Tienes algunas palabras para Mirwin para mañana?
Sí, bueno, a ver, la última vez fue un 2-3, fue así bastante close, pero ahora es en persona. Espero que no le puedan los nervios porque papá está aquí, o sea que mucho cuidado.
Okay, so Shai just asked Oscar to send some message for Mirwin. And he just said that, okay, the last time was rough, it was close, but that he expects tomorrow to be different, being here in person in the LAN event. And he also said that Daddy is here.
Oh, Padrito, okay. I love it. Oscar, I can also tell you, you are Archaea Player of the Series. Congratulations,
Hell
you're
yeah.
MVP, Oscar.
Hell yeah.
Gracias.
De nada. But you did all the work.
Oscar, el MVP de la serie. Tú claramente confiando mucho en Oscar. ¿Cómo ha sido trabajar con él desde que se unió también al equipo de Fnatic? Tú que ya eres todo el veterano del equipo, ¿cómo has visto su evolución y cómo ha sido adaptaros también a él?
Bueno, yo cuando jugué la primera vez con Oscar, la verdad es que pegó un rundown histórico la primera semana de la LEC. O sea, no farmeaba un minion, lo mataban todo el rato. Y ahora mírale, solo cleando a Kana casi todos los games y smurfeando. Creo que la evolución está clara y estoy muy orgulloso de él. Espero que no seas complaciente y sigas trabajando, porque esto no es el final.
Nunca, jamás.
So my question for Razor was about he is a veteran, how he saw the evolution of Oscar since he joined Fnatic. And he kind of ranted him about how the first week of the LEC he ran it down, not farming even a minion. He just said that literally, I'm not making this up. But that he hopes that Oscar do not go complacent, and he keeps up with the good work. And Oscar just said that, of course.
Of course, wonderful. Thank you so much, Noah, for having me here to co-host. Thank you so much, Oscar and Razor. And Kaya Mágica, una vez más, por Fnatic.
Gracias.
Hell yeah. I'm telling you, we're gonna be lifting the trophy.
Fnatic
Hell
once
fucking
again
yeah.
go to World. They do not miss out, and especially they did not miss out today against KC. Celebration is not over yet, as we have Upset and Grabs joining us to close out the day here in PGL. Guys, first things first, congratulations. Any first reactions on winning? Upset, maybe if you want to go. Oh, yeah.
Job's not done. Job's not done,
Job's
he
not
says.
done.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy, obviously, about the win. Qualifying to Worlds means a lot, especially the way we did it. I think our top side stepped up immensely today. I think this whole year we have been kind of struggling, finding our groove, playing around top side, and
wouldn't you know it? Here you showed
today,
up.
let's say, and just
Hell
let
fucking
myself
yeah.
be carried, and it felt really amazing that my top side stepped up to this degree. I feel really proud of them. Yeah.
I mean, Upset. Okay, my mic is finally down, but Upset, I mean, I played with you, and I know how hard it is for you to give up that control for the top side and put the trust in someone, because I feel like also coming into this year, or just pretty much the last 2 years, I feel like your performance has been through the roof. How does it feel to put that trust in Oscar and for him to reward you that much?
Honestly, it's really touching. Like I honestly felt very moved by it, because I have made the experience so many times that I felt disappointed at the end of one of these important moments, and my teammates being there for me in the game and showing up like that, it was really moving. I feel really happy.
Do you feel like it was an extra fuel that, well, KC 3-0'd you guys in spring, and also that you were part of the team last year?
I mean, yeah, to be honest, that just makes it a little bit sad for me, because I really like the guys, and I know, like, I see them in solo queue till 2 AM every day. I know they're working super hard in KC. And last year I was actually in the same spot, getting 4th place, not qualifying for Worlds. So I know how tough that is, so I just have a lot of empathy for them, and obviously I'm happy we won, but I would have rather beat somebody else.
A lot of respect, and you've earned it, I've said. Come on, throughout all these years, all the work you've been putting in, but we just saw an edit right now, Oscar Giga Chad. I have to ask you, Grabs, what the hell have you been feeding this kid for the past 2 weeks?
I guess Spanish food difference. Also, we had a change in the chef structure before coming to Spain. Maybe that helped out. A little comfort food. Yeah, I mean, on one hand I'm happy, and the other side I'm angry that it can't be that easy every single time. Like, why does he need like 12,000 people behind him to play like this?
Hey, last week he played well as well.
Yeah, okay, true. I would talk to him though, like, no, but for sure, like, he was perhaps serious, deservedly so. And also, like, was very demanding and very clear on comms, which is something that he struggles with. And today he made really clear the team knows what he wants to do. And he also called us off if we want to do something else, so good job.
Great.
Yeah, what do you think of this version of Fnatic, the one we saw today? I love the stability.
Man, I mean, it's spooky. It's the Fnatic we wanted to see all the time, you know, with the stability, people stepping up, having individually powerful lanes everywhere, because, I don't know, the meme always about Fnatic was that, you know, you guys were unstable, top side was lacking a little bit, but man, now I feel like coming into tomorrow, this whole weekend, we had 4 teams, and one of them was the passive one in KC. But now I'm super excited, because I feel like going for the rest of the weekend is just bloodbath, because tomorrow is going to be exciting. Both of you really want to play super aggressive. So how do you feel about that? Taking this learnings from today, will this ramp up and this warm up going into tomorrow?
And especially against Super.
I mean, I feel really confident, honestly. Like, seeing how my top side performed today, I always feel like me and Mickey like very, very good at playing, I guess. So
you
I feel
don't
really
say.
confident. I'm really excited to play against Koi, because last time they beat us in the game 5. But I think we are a much better version of ourselves now, and playing on stage today, I think, was also very helpful. So I just can't wait, honestly.
He was locked in today. We're seeing some highlights here. For me, like, the statement game was the Zeri game. I absolutely love everything you did here outside. What was your opinion on this, Grabs, watching all this, the madness unfold from backstage?
I just loved, like, in the end, we finished the base, like, I'm not done, I'm not done, I'm not done, dashing it alone, grabbing the team by yourself now. I think everybody played pretty well overall. I think we weren't as stable as I'd like to be, but as a coach, obviously, I always say this. Obviously, tomorrow, a new best of 5. We can't take anything for granted.
Pretty much.
It's very exhausting up here, it's very warm. So my players have to go to sleep, and then coaching staff has to get together and hopefully have some good plans. I think game 3 draft was the typical Grabs draft. I ran Kaya down, so that's on me. So hopefully tomorrow we have 3 good plans, and then we can look towards Sunday.
Yeah, super excited. It's gonna be a different story, I feel like, tomorrow, because you guys were the crowd's favorite, obviously, today. Is the expectation that it's going to be MKOI's favorite tomorrow? Do you feel like it's going to be different for you?
It's a Spanish org, right?
Yeah.
It should be. I don't think it matters to us, honestly. I think as soon as the game starts, we're locking in. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. I also like to be the people, that the player or the coach that the people wrote against. I enjoy it more, actually. Personally.
I mean, you've been there a lot.
Yeah, pretty much. All my life,
do it in
basically.
the past, and also Fnatic at times as well.
Yeah,
it just fuels you.
Bro, look at my DMs. Like
your drafts are doing yourself no favor as well, honestly.
Today was fine, though.
Today, yeah, I mean, one game.
Hey,
like
3 out of 4 was great, you know?
A lot of dives.
I can't blame him today. I guess Staffman was smurfing or something.
Yeah. What is your prediction, actually, for tomorrow?
For tomorrow?
Yeah, or how do you think this?
I mean, what was it? I saw what was today.
Bro, I voted against you today.
Yeah,
Don't look at me like that.
Keep doing it.
We don't talk about this. I had to. They would take my passport otherwise.
Sure, fair enough, fair enough.
I mean, I'm gonna keep voting against Fnatic because I finally want Upset to, you know, pop off, because all the way even before I played with him, or like when I played with him before, I felt like he deserved, you know, a lot of praise and stuff. And it's now I feel like it's finally time with Fnatic to get it. So I guess MK is gonna 3-1 tomorrow again.
Oh my God.
It would be pulling an overwhelm, no? Like the miracle run, you did it in Rogue.
Ouch.
All this time ago.
Yeah.
2022, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was at Excel.
Excel?
It was the
no,
show.
I mean, you won the split with Rogue, right? After all these years,
yeah. I mean, oh yeah, in that
yeah,
regard,
in that sense, yeah.
I mean, how much did it take me? 8 years. You're in your 8th year as well.
I think so, yeah.
Hey, it's coming, it's coming. This is the one, this is the one.
And it started the same way. It started with a third place match, I think it was back then, against Fnatic as well, that you won.
You're welcome.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm paying you back.
But you know more than anyone that you benefit so much from this stage experience.
It's just the arena buff. I know how it was for you guys, but I feel like there's been many times maybe in your career as well offset where you rock up to an event and the mood of the team just changes 180 from before. For example, in Malmo, we were all depressed before we got there, and then we just popped off, you know. Maybe it's a different story with you guys now, but I feel like you can't really expect anything that comes. You just the personality of the players and how the team finally clicks and how you guys show up on the day. And for now, Fnatic is great.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah. I mean, it's also just the truth that like every split, every team mental booms towards the split.
Exactly.
It happens.
Especially towards World.
Important part is what happens afterwards. We had our mental boom kind of after Koi, but we had like good learnings afterwards, and now we feel like we have the best mental of the teams remaining, from what we see in scrims at least. But again, especially Koi, in scrims, I think we have like 80% win rate over the year against them. But on stage, for some reason, they play much better.
A bit less, I think. But
a bit less, yeah.
I mean, I think all the teams are very strong, honestly, that are left. I mean, KC also today was strong. I think they didn't play their best, obviously. Like, if you look at their whole year, I think they had a really, really strong performance overall.
I think also they as a team had the hardest road, because with rookies, you win early in the split, suddenly everybody thinks they're great and they know everything better. So I think this is a really hard team dynamic. So obviously they're going to be a bit disappointed, but they should be really proud of this year, especially this young roster. So they're going to come stronger next year for sure.
The journey continues with KC.
FNC Madlands scored more.
It's off-season
We're definitely going to be watching that one.
Anything can happen and anything can be expected. Now
Hell
we're going to continue
yeah.
in the lower bracket round 3 tomorrow, if I can read correctly. It's going to be MKOI versus Fnatic. Okay, I'm excited about good League of Legends. I'm so excited about the vibes.
I'm excited for a bloodbath, you know? It's like,
you don't say, Oro. You don't say.
Last time, actually,
the vibes, because even today, you know, with one
tomorrow is going to be a tougher challenge for Fnatic.
It was
they can actually
tomorrow, I feel like more people are going to show up, especially because
KC
the big hometown
hasn't been performing for the longest time.
I feel like you guys converted
like since the start of the year.
But
that's nice.
Yeah,
but KC are nothing close to Madlands KOI.
That's what they're trying to do.
Madlands KOI are the second best team in EU currently.
You just had to do it.
Yeah, he just did it.
He knows better than this. Perhaps do you have any closing thoughts actually on insights you can give me on what is the meaning at the end of a day like this? How do you make sure that your players don't get ahead of themselves, especially the 2 Spaniards we have, because they're riding that high. But like,
I mean, we made plenty of mistakes. We made plenty of mistakes this year, so I think we can be honest and say it wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
So we're just going to review quickly, but also then send them to sleep. Today is going to be a long day again. So just make sure that we don't actually think too much about today, just think about tomorrow, prepare, and then hopefully rest really well.
All right. Fnatic fans, for now, you can rejoice. It has been an amazing day. Hopefully it continues tomorrow. I love this new stable version of Fnatic. Hopefully it can show up tomorrow as well. Guys, thank you so much. Job's not done, though. Upset. GG.
I mean, there are 2 more games.
Thank you. Tomorrow.
Not games, 2 more series until we
as we
win.
said, for
So
Fnatic versus MKOI, fighting for the last spot in
that is going to be taking a while.
5 PM for more action. Take care.
Not gonna lie.
Careful.
Okay.
Alright. Bye. Bye, Rad. Bye. Okay. However, this might be done, but for us...
They don't like me. That was a long time. I mean, you're a friend, right?
Yike goes low. Oscar takes him. Mickey trying
Okay, I have a better idea for what to do right now. So we're gonna move to something like this. Actually close the stream and actually edit this thing. Okay. 240 I believe on each side. Should be enough. Yeah, okay. Fucking god damn it. Okay. Like that. Lock it. And then my model. Can I even move it? Thank you. Okay. Just gonna move my model right here. But yeah. I got inspired to play Plants vs. Zombies again. Even though it's been so many years since I last played it, but I played it on my PC rather than playing it as it is on my phone. So this is gonna be my first time playing the game on my PC. And I believe this is one of the older versions of the game. Right. Plants vs. Zombies 2009 apparently. Oh well. I guess the game's that old then. Okay, then make sure that everything is running fine. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay, wait a minute. By the way, I have played for a little bit last night, so yeah, I hope that you guys understand. Wait. The SFX is a little bit too loud for me. Okay.
The zombies are coming. Brains. Damn it. Okay. The crunching sounds a little bit annoying. I get it. Okay, there we go. Oh fuck. Oh no.
Okay. So we got the shovel now. Yeah, I know what I can do with it. Since I haven't played the game before. Greetings, neighbor. The name's Crazy Dave. You can just call me Crazy Dave. Listen, I've got a surprise for you. But first I'll need you to clear your lawn. Use your shovel and dig up those plots. Let the digging commence. Okay, goody. Now for the surprise. We're going bold. Here, take this walnut. Why'd I put a walnut in your hand? Because I'm crazy. Now go. Bowl me a winner. Okay. I guess.
The zombies are coming.
Damn. So about that one. I don't know what the fuck came over me. For some random reason.
Thanks.
Got the bomb. Okay. Yeah.
The zombies are coming. Brains.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And we got another plan. Okay, I'm not gonna stay alive for too long. Like, I'm just gonna complete the day challenges, and when we go to night, then I'm just gonna be bye-bye. Because I'm getting tired and it's getting quite late here where I live, so I hope that you guys understand.
The zombies are coming. Brains. Brains.
Oh wait, fuck. Okay, what the fuck? Okay, I clicked out of the game without meaning to, I'm sorry. God damn it. Keep clicking out of the game without meaning because I'm playing on Okay. That one is not a bad one, to be fair. Sunflower. This, that. Oh, this is a cherry. This one's kinda meh, but whatever. Let's do it then. The bombs are very useful in the beginning, which is something that I like quite a lot, not gonna lie.
The zombies are coming.
They can come all they like. Whether I'm gonna allow them to win or not is a whole nother question.
Brains.
Damn it. For fuck's... Okay. Damn it. Okay. That one is also useful. I really like that one. I don't know how long do we got, by the way, until we finish this. Wait, is there a way to check? 1 to 9. I guess there isn't. Oh well. Sunflower, this, this, that, and this. Let's rock.
The zombies are coming.
Well, let them come.
Brains. Brains. Brains.
Guess we just got a message then. Though we're about to launch an all-out attack on your base. On your house. Sincerely the zombies. Okay. Sure. Then again, what the fuck has stopped you? In the past. Let alone now.
The zombies are coming.
Oh fuck. Okay. And that's the end of that, I believe. Yeah. No, this is the night level. Yeah, those zombies just won't let up, will they? You'll notice... What? You notice that fighting zombies at night is different than in the day. For once, you won't get any sun falling from the sky. You can still get sun from sunflowers. And lucky for you, you got yourself some puff shrooms. Plant as many of those as you can. You'll be A-O good. Not A-OK, A-O good. Nice. Okay. But I don't want to play any more Plants vs. Zombies for today. Thank you. So yeah, I'm gonna be calling it a day here. Because I'm tired of shit and I definitely need a break. And of course, some sleep. But yeah, oh shit. Today's stream was fun, I admit. We watched FNC and Casey for the most part, but tomorrow we're definitely gonna be watching Corey and FNC. That much is a given. But yeah, regardless, thank you for coming. Really appreciate it. If you guys want to join our community, you can scroll down beneath both streams on Kick and on YouTube and find the Discord icon, or in the description on YouTube you're gonna find a link to the Discord server. You can join whenever you want to. I welcome everybody into our community. As long as you're a decent person, you're welcome to stay. And regardless, do whatever you guys want. As per usual, eat, sleep, drive. Again, do whatever the hell you guys want. You have heads between your shoulders. Stay safe out there, and hopefully, they can see you next stream as well.